Welcome back to Quest for the Book of Dawn. I believe that we are all fully armed and operational. While we were fixing things up, we did a little bit of research on Josh's ability. And before I speak to that, I'm going to do a couple of things. First off, as Josh continues to plot, we are going to have... Oh, no, because the rest of the team, you were going to go talk to Neve, weren't you?
Well, actually, the more I thought about this, the more I realized it would be out of character for Thoras to think ahead. So it just doesn't make sense for that. It just makes sense to just roll with the whatever's going on. And what I was planning was going to Neve and saying, like, Thoras is going to invade your enemy, your sworn enemy, your sister. Anything to assist? I'm going to be dealing some serious damage to her court. But then I don't think Thoras would think that far ahead. He would just go in and do damage.
All right, so if you want to bring a seelie war party with you, they will literally just say, hey, can we have some soldiers to go mess up your sister's day? And she'll just sign the check, like, immediately. So if you want to bring reinforcements with you, you can choose to do that without having to go speak to her.
That might be wise.
Let's do a quick vote on that.
What do we think?
Eren and Lysha?
War. Little bit of war.
Just a tiny bit of war.
Yeah.
Seelie soldiers seem like such a bad idea.
A war sounds very exciting. I've been here the whole time.
What the
Hello, Annika.
Hello.
Tiddywink is the that's Olika, not Tiddywink.
How long have you been here?
The whole time. Are you really going to invade the unseelie court?
Yeah, you down?
Of course.
Were you briefly scarred and aware of how much damage you had done? You know what?
I think that literally got erased by an act of God.
Oh.
The rivers of Lethe, like that made Korak forget he wasn't a bear. That same thing, like right after Alika had this whole realization that, oh my god, I'm traveling with horrible people, mind wiped.
Not horrible, just prefer an advantage of some sort in a fight, that's all.
Traumatic. I won't say horrible, but I will say traumatic. Nobody can argue with me on that one.
I understand,
These people
if you don't want to go back and show
One
your
of these
face at the
people is
sealie court, Lysha. But we can still go. You can maybe wait on the outskirts, whip up a little something with the campfire. Maybe, I'm just saying, wait for our return.
I mean, my people hate her with every fiber of our being.
And we triumphantly will return at the head of a great sealie war host with glittering blades, and we'll just turn up and fuck shit up. What do you think, Thoras?
I don't hate anyone, and I hate her. it's...
Yes.
And I still try
All
to
right,
help
so
her,
you
and
are
it
calling.
burned me.
Thoras got to make the call. Thoras is the one who's in the sealie court.
Stealth warriors.
Yeah, very stealthy warriors with very glittery, shiny,
To be fair,
emblazoned armor.
it's very in character.
All right. So first off, the sealie are going to send you with an armed party, which is not an eventuality that I prepared for, but I'm going to whip that up really fast. The reason I'm doing this now is because, given our time constraints, I am going to conspire for the next phase of Allan's plan to transpire either immediately before or as the party arrives for consolidation of screen time.
Okay.
That
Checks
being said, chat was wise enough to point out, source me to the original ability, Allan, that says that the shadow you steal can only be that of a humanoid. And
that is an issue.
I have judged thusly. You are not currently a humanoid. You are currently a chicken.
That's true.
You could
I'm
in
a
your
chickenoid.
You could steal the shadow of a chickenoid or a chicken-like creature at the moment.
Chicken.
This sets me down a dark path.
No.
Wait, no, dude.
And thus speaks
You can't.
Allan O'Dale to the sparrows.
Oh,
No, you can't.
I will say in
Wait, there's
English
two of
now
them, right?
what I would have said in the foul tongue.
You're trying to play fucking God. You give them life, you take it away.
I say
Allan,
to them
are you
this.
really that
I
evil?
say to them this. What were their names again? Jack and Bill. I think it was
Yes,
something like
Jack
that.
and Bill.
I said to them,
You gave them names.
Jack, Bill, do you enjoy the burden of knowledge, life, sentience, the awareness of your own mortality?
I wish for nothing more than to return to the sweet bosom of ignorance.
Who said that? Which one replied first?
Bill. Bill was the first sparrow that you awakened.
Bill, I believe I can grant that wish. And you can help me on my journey whilst returning to the blissfully ignorant place from which you began. A void, an empty area. Your head will possess no thoughts, and you will never be sentient evermore. Do you wish this? Do you wish me to grant this upon you?
Yes, yes, please, spare me.
Jack, come close. Bill, stand over there. And I'm gonna chicken whisper in Jack's ear. I'm gonna say, Jack, I ask of you the hardest task any sentient being can have. I ask you to recognize the pain of your own mortality and take that infernal suffering away from our good friend Bill. I don't believe that he can live with that burden any longer. It has been a long time coming. And also make sure his shadow lands exactly where I am. But that's a secondary concern. That is a secondary, but also very important concern. You must get both of them. But think of the good that you are doing, and one day, perhaps you too will have the sweet release of death.
Are you making a serial killer out of a sparrow?
No, it's not a serial killer until he kills multiple things. He is only a one-time murderer at this point.
Only a poultry killer. Yeah,
I believe sparrows will frequently fight for territory.
Defining moment.
I think sneaking up behind Bill and pecking him in the back of the head or pecking his eyes out or something should fairly quickly bring the sweet release of death upon my original creation.
Sparrows have been known to attack at least 70 different species of birds, but the one species they seem to fight with most is each other.
Wow.
Okay, Alan, roll a persuasion check to convince Jack.
My guy's an ornithologist. Yeah.
22.
Plus 13.
So
I have plus 13 on persuasion.
You dick.
So you want me to kill Bill?
Jack, you must realize
No, kill Bill.
You are doing him.
Really?
You are not killing him. You are releasing him from the shackles of sentience. I should never have brought you into being, and I will only keep you in this state for as long as I deem absolutely necessary. You must know I love you, Jack. I love you.
Roll a deception check.
I love Jack and Bill.
Roll
Deception? I mean, that is deception.
Yes!
19.
All right.
You must know that I love you both, and I only wish the very best for you. But a reminder, please make sure the sun is directly southeast of us.
There is no sun in this accursed place, only the witch lights of these denizens. But yeah, sure, I'll flank the bird.
Yeah. Make sure the shadow lands on me. That's all I'm saying.
The scene that transpires next occurs appropriately enough in shadow as the camera pans away from the chicken's cage and goes behind the dancing, wildly frenetic, violent, everlasting party going on. And we can see just in the flickering light the shadow of one tiny little sparrow and another hop, hop, hop.
And then he pegs him. Pegs him. Then he pegs him.
Pegs him.
The first casualty of this reunion is a sparrow.
God damn it, Mitch. All right. Oh, there's only one way that I can possibly respond to all of this nonsense.
I thought
Round 4. Glorious rebirth. Death is not the end. From the ashes you will rise.
No!
What?
this is getting wasted on a fucking sparrow.
It is absolutely getting wasted on a fucking sparrow.
Oh my god.
Wow, I feel like the inevitability of death has just been turned around in this young sparrow's mind, and he feels trapped inside everlasting life. Can you imagine being an immortal that only wishes to die? That's what the sparrow must feel like. I've tried to kill it, and it just will not accept the blissful ignorance of death.
Okay.
No.
I have to do this. It's too all right.
You created the most
Until the next
psychotic character.
sunrise. Until the next sunrise, death has no power over you. If you die, you immediately return to full health in a blaze of glorious light. You may use this gift on an ally, as long as it's something. Anyways, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the spark of Zalar, the Sunrider, finds its way even to this dark, starless place. And as the one bird is turned against the other in a reenactment of what would happen in the blissful ignorance of the wild, and it, again, from the shadows, we can see it stabbing in. The problem is, Allan, that as it dies, there is no shadow, for it casts its own shadow in a burst of light as it is reborn.
I mean, at this point, people are just fucking with me. The gods are just fucking with me. This is ridiculous.
That's been obvious for
Okay.
a while.
Well, then, at this point, I summon them both to me, and I immediately have to spin this as some miraculous test. You know, like fucking Abraham being asked to kill Isaac. I speak to them both, and I'm like, Jack, Bill, you have surpassed my greatest test for you both. The hardest part of being sentient is knowing when to rob others of that gift. And I speak to them both, and I thank.
I don't think that was the message of Abraham and
No, it wasn't. It
No,
wasn't.
it wasn't quite. It wasn't quite. But I'm now getting to the important message. You know, I'm saying that this was a serious test, where it's testing Jack's trust in me and his resolve. And I now know that he will carry out the most dauntless task and is worthy of the highest praise. And for Bill, he has become an esteemed immortal being, and he should never fear again, for death is never something that will touch him. And I pat him on the.
He wants death, mate.
I lightly
Is
pat
he
him on the shoulder.
actually
with his
immortal
ring.
now?
No, he's not. I'm just telling him he is. I pat him on his little sparrow shoulder, and I say, "This is a heavy burden, but some must carry it. And you are a special being. I know you're capable of it."
Well,
What does he say?
is that deceitful?
Yes, absolutely. But I'm going to say it's kind of part of the same deception that he's been spinning. The four pillars of creation are laid bare before me. I have experienced birth, life, death, and renewal. All of the universe now lies at my beak tip.
It does. It does. I am so sorry to have put such a severe burden upon you, but I know that you are of the quality to be able to handle it. I have another task for you both, if you may.
I have seen the top of the mountain, and lesser birds will worship me as though I were a god.
Yes, you also must learn when to shut the fuck up, Bill. That is an incredibly important talent of the immortals. You mustn't go around, touting the fact that you're immortal all the time. Otherwise, people will get pissed off about it. But all right, you're a very special being. Okay, calm your fucking breasts. All right, I am now going to ask them both to isolate one of the red caps, and oh no, what am I going to do here? I want them to try and cause shit around my cage, essentially. I want them to try and stir up a fight around my cage as close as possible, so that there is some way of someone dying in close proximity. The closer they are, the more likely a shadow is to be cast in my direction.
Okay. How can they go about doing that?
I'm thinking dive bombing and pecking people and blaming it on others. Wait until someone's back is turned, stab them in the eye, fleet away, blame it, someone else assumes it's someone else.
Someone's back is turned and then stab them in the eye.
Okay, all right. Maybe I should be more precise with the directions. Wait until someone's back is turned, stab them in the back of the neck, fly away, make sure you're not seen. They're going to assume it's somebody else.
Wait,
do that.
They've got to be avian, right?
Can I speak with animals?
Yes, you can
I
speak
can
with
also
animals in
feel
your
like
right.
humanoid.
Can
Yes.
you in this form?
Yes, he can steal a humanoid shadow
I think Joe's given me the ability to do both.
temporarily.
So I'm just trying to
Sorry,
to lure
I thought it was only
humanoids
Avian.
closer and get
Mhm.
them to beat the shit out of each other.
Okay. Is there anyone in particular that you want them to target?
Particularly red caps, I think, because they are the most inclined from what I've witnessed so far to be violent to each other for no good reason.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check, please.
12.
12. All right. I will remind you that the term humanoid does not merely refer to being bipedal.
Doesn't it? What does
No.
the term humanoid refer to?
Well,
It could be like centaurs, right? Or
No.
whatever.
They're equine.
yeah, actually, I think
Half-
according to
half
the
half
rules,
is
they're
humanoid.
monstrosities.
Are they? Anyway.
Anyways, what I'm saying is just because it walks around in... Humanoids are mortals.
Oh, Fae
Okay.
wouldn't work.
Correct.
So-
Fae would not
so-
work.
Okay, all right. Well, I would be more knowledgeable than Josh is. So, what else do we have around here? Hags, some little pirate things. What are these? What are these things?
Over on the right, use the ruler
I
tool,
was-
which is on your left-hand side, or click and hold to like pulse. But the ruler's better because it lets me poke things.
Where on earth is the ruler? There it is. Okay. What I'm thinking is like this thing. What is this little bearded beast down here?
Well, that appears to be a dwarf.
Is that a humanoid?
Dwarves are humanoids.
Good. Let's fuck up some dwarves. They
All
can't.
right.
They're probably not gonna. Yeah, they're probably not gonna look downwards because most of the things that would start fights with them are above them.
Mhm.
So I'm saying approach from the floor, swoop up, peck them in the chin, fuck off. You know, that kind of strategy.
All
We're
right.
we're not gonna dive bomb because dwarves always look upwards if they're getting attacked. You know, that's just natural. So instead, attack them from below, and they'll never look down. They'll never realize it's a sparrow.
All right. As you are wrestling up some trouble, I am going to drop the rest of the party onto the map. Theoretically, probably, when the system properly responds. You're going to be appearing in these woods over here, along with a Fey coterie that I will wrestle up for you in a moment.
We are going with the war party, right?
Yes, you wanted a stealthy war party, a strike team, if you will.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, that's what we are.
I'm just going to refresh Roll20 here, so that gives me a moment, and I'm going to pick out some appropriate Fey to lead a strike team. So you are down here, as is Alika. And from your hidden in these trees, you can survey the lay of the land. Feel free to ask questions as you will. The first thing that is obvious for one and all is the presence of this beautiful harp, which those of you who have been to Glassweb Grotto, which is all of you, would recognize as made of living glass. I believe Dirtirith was able to play such a vessel in his time and produced unearthly, ethereal, celestial music.
Was that not the toe harp from Allan's?
Well, I mean, he hasn't received it yet, and I don't remember. Did you specifically request the toe harp model, or did you want a standard harp so that you could just do it in either modality as needed?
I think it was a standard harp. I don't think I specifically requested a toe harp.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
So you notice the harp in the middle, untouched by anybody. You notice a big old mosh pit over here surrounded by all sorts of food. I think, again, most of you have been here before. There are goblins, duskthorn dryads, red caps, floating eerie fey spirits, dwarves with unkept hair wearing burlap sacks for their clothes.
Did you say these the average denizens of the unseelie court?
Yeah. These ones add up. There are some guards sort of at the main entrances, these Malphas Stormcrow Fae, wearing hoods, wielding swords with shields. They're on watch. And most of the activity is down here, but there's a large group up here in what we'll call the Northeast, centered around these hags who are double toil and troubling it up. 2 hulking, roided out shadow fae, a dog with a face, a Yeth hound, And the most important looking person, who is not the Lady Rowan, because she is not around, is standing right next to the throne. Feel free to survey the territory and ask questions as I assemble your war party. Josh, sparrows don't really have great modifiers, so I'm just going to have you roll a flat 1d20 to see how their plot is going.
Mm-hmm. Oops, I rolled a 1d29. That's not...
That's
illegal.
mathematically impossible.
Well, I rolled a 4 on the d20. I rolled a 14 on the d29.
All right, roll 1d69 plus 420. Yeah, so they immediately get detected. You had told them exactly what to do in order to avoid getting detected. They've immediately been detected by the dwarf that they're just dive bombing this dwarf, and the dwarf is now drunkenly swatting at the air in an attempt to knock him out.
You're gonna get your sparrows killed right after you told them you were immortal.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What do the skies look like?
The skies?
Anything inhabiting them?
It is twilight. It is an eerie purple with just a few. You can see the stars, but they're incredibly distant. The trees reach up hundreds of feet into the air to provide a canopy, but between them you can see this dark purple twilight sky. Are you looking for like beasts? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking for anything that is in the sky, beasts or I don't know.
Everyone gets 1 XP. I was on mute. I imagine that there's eerie birds and unearthly owls and giant bats. But this is, again, the establishing shot that kind of you see eyes blinking in the dark woods and stuff. So there's critters up there.
Okay.
Are you looking to rustle up a critter?
In theory, how long does flight last?
Okay, I can look that up.
From my battle axe. Named Habrian.
That's going to take me a moment to look up, but it lasts at least 10 minutes, I want to say, possibly an hour.
That's enough time.
Mitch, what were you asking?
That's enough time.
Carry on.
Well, I'm gonna say to the stealth party real quick.
Wait,
I'm like,
can I cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us?
Yeah, you can cast Pass Without a Trace. That's fine.
Joe's favorite spell. So yeah, Lysha would, with some a little bit hesitantly, because it's with good intent, cast Pass Without a Trace on her party.
All right. What's the area of effect of that spell? Everyone has to be within a certain number of feet of you.
Everyone must be with its concentration spell. They need to be within 30 feet.
Okay.
Did something weird happen to Ashley's mic?
That's fun of me.
Is that just me?
Not on my side. I mean, you've turned into a goblin from beyond time and space, but that's fixable.
That's me then.
Eren has no idea what Thoras is doing, but Eren spent some time with Thoras trying to shake down the swole sort of unseelie Fae about their training regime, tried to add them to the list of training partners for the off season. They didn't want to do that.
Exactly. They're so good. They're so good.
He is inclined. Okay, so is it apparent to us right now where Allan is? Is he in a gilded cage? Does he have pride of place? Is it remotely clear from where we're standing where we might find him?
Roll a perception check, please. The distance is like 90 feet. With a 10, no, it's not immediately obvious.
Are we all
okay, Lysha just locks on.
Well, I have perfect dark vision. Hello, I can see Lady Neve.
So a dark silver cage on the right armchair of the great throne. Thoras, you also quite easily see it.
Yes, I was too busy looking for booty, as usual.
Among the goblins, not picky, I'd say.
Maybe
ran away from the skycloud.
Maybe there was some swarthy looking, wench floating about. I don't know.
Remember the skyclad?
Gobbo booty.
Wasn't there a skyclad blacksmith? Or something?
Do you mean the one from
Eren away? Wasn't that
Klydor? The one from Klydor, right?
Yeah.
One that Eren. Yeah. She was more of a general. And I don't think she really responded to Eren's advances. Yeah.
No,
still-
because Lysha Plant promised you skyclad elves, so didn't it become canon that like
Yes,
Lysha's
they
people were,
forge
like,
in the nude.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes. True.
That
Okay.
sounds awful.
So, yes.
It's like cooking
It
bacon, but
really
worse.
I mean, listen, it's better than they're going to look now when this immortal flame just like rips through their locale, I suppose. Eren is of the mind of trying to utilize the distraction to sneak in and grab Allan.
His Thoras' idea.
Yeah.
Thoras is gonna usher you all, but not the stealth seelie court party. It's like,
Okay.
sorry, Thoras only wants to speak to these two. These two very weak. I need to speak to separately.
Not that weak, actually.
You understand, don't you? So
Not
sealie
weak at
court.
all. No.
Very weak. I need to tell
Apparently,
them.
I'm a weapon of mass destruction. It's like a kind of a problem, and I
Waste
may or
my
may not be
sword?
having a
Okay.
mental breakdown, and it's fine. We're absolutely fine.
They glare at Lysha.
Thoras is trying to learn a thing or two from Allan. Direct warfare.
Thoras
Very
is
fun.
squealing.
Very fun direct warfare. But I have axe.
Herpes. Oh, right. Yeah. No.
Axe. Axe. If I think hard enough, I throw it and I follow it.
Yes,
You understand?
very stealthy. Yeah.
Hmm. Doesn't seem like a very stealthy way, unless
No, no,
are you you're trying to go overhead?
Listen, Thoras is thinking very hard. It's hard. Head hurting, but Thoras has maybe
Your ears are
planned.
bleeding.
Yes. Yes. Thoras maybe have plan. Axe trust. They don't know about my axe being able to fly, do they?
No, and I have terrible news, Thoras.
Oh no.
I have just the worst news.
What is the news?
Okay, with a lead up like that, I'm gonna have to just do this right now. But the bells of Styx. Hatred dies with the dead and consigns the living to their ranks. What the fuck does that do? Oh. I get a choice.
Mm.
And I'll tell you what the actual bad news is in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first choice is the Care Better Thrau, the charnel hound, appears and fucks up any enemies of Ramius nearby. Nobody in attendance is a particular enemy of Ramius, so that's out. Second, any fiends or undead in the area are dragged down to hell. There are none of those, so that's out.
Does the sparrow count as an undead?
No, because it was resurrected like the phoenix.
Bollocks.
But this could come up in a moment, because the third choice is a dying creature is given a choice. Instead of dying, it can serve Ramius as his knight of death upon the living world. So if one of your sparrows dies again,
It can serve the
Or
god
any
the
of
underworld.
the other attendants here.
right, which could accomplish absolutely nothing except just stealing another shadow from you.
Yeah, that would be tragic.
Pretty funny. Actually.
All right, so next thing that dies, that's on the table. That was 5 of 11. So here's what
Hit
else.
me, Doc. What's the bad news?
The bad news is your axe doesn't have a duration. You have a fly speed equal to your speed. You can just fly. You just fly now.
How is that bad news?
For me!
I was gonna say, dude, yeah, I'm about to break the game. I mean, okay, so here, outside of the role play, Thoras' plan is as follows. He's going to try and take a page out of Allan O'Dale's book here. The stealth party, he would love to partake in a bit of warfare, just a cheeky little bit of side warfare. You know how it goes.
A bit
Bit of axe swinging, everything else. But he figures if they get sent in as a bit of a distraction and they draw the eyes and everything else, Thoras will be able to. I mean, he hasn't let any of you guys know, but he's just planning on essentially swooping in with the axe, grabbing Allan O'Dale, and just getting the hell out of there.
Seems fair.
But he hasn't articulated that at all very well. So all you hear is Thoras saying, Allan, sneaking war party. I will convince them to fight, and then I will fly in.
Eren molding, by the way, because his once-a-day ability to fly for 30 minutes now seems pretty shit. There's also attracting an awful lot of attention in this kind of surrounding. I mean, all right, you're going to fly in.
Flying, yeah. And Allan, he's tiny. It's easy. I put him in my loincloth. It's very easy. And then we fly.
Do that.
All right,
No,
I like the sound of that. Honestly, I really do. Right. Well, if you're going to do that, then perhaps I can take revenge on the people that stomped me with their steel cap boots, not a week prior.
But please, prepare to run. I do not think we fight their war. It's not our fight. I mean, I think it might be my fight technically, but I don't know for sure.
Listen, you don't need to convince me to run from superior numbers. That's fine. Yeah, you get him, and I will run. How about that?
Okay.
Why am I seeing portraits added to the map?
Friends, war party. Don't worry about it.
Oh god.
Okay.
And then I guess Thoras would go to the war party, gather them around, and say, Seelie Court, your entire lives have lived up to this moment.
It's a deep speech from Thoras, Giantsbane.
Yes.
Christ.
The Iron Shoulder. It's gonna possess me for one moment.
Forgive me, Master. Just this
one
once.
Opportunity, one shot. This is it. We have to do well right here. But no, in all seriousness, I'd say, listen, everything comes down to this. We can strike a true blow towards our enemies today. We will steal away the most prized possession of the unseelie court. The enchanted chicken that they desire, that they hold, that they guard so deeply. We can have it for ourselves.
I want to go that way.
Yeah. All right. I think
stealthy.
Eren is confident that Thoras can do this, but he sees the harp in the middle of this garden. He sees a bit of treasure, a little bit of bling bling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
and
are.
He's hoping that, you know, a magical artifact could be nice. It might benefit the party if he could, you know, maybe lash himself a little bit of kit, you know, maybe get in there and pick up this harp. So he's hoping, he's not a rogue, but he's roguish, isn't he? He's rackish, like Gaston if he needed to, I don't know, steal a freshly baked pie from the, you know, the village patisserie. So yeah, he fancies that. He fancies that harp.
One shiny, pretty thing in a dark, ugly place.
Yeah. I mean, there ain't no wench booty, so this is the next best thing. He's looking at that harp.
Okay, here is how we are going to handle this. First off, I'm going to pull up the notes that I took on every single creature's passive perception score, so that if you are doing any stealth stuff, we can calculate that accordingly. Then we are going to go, now that everyone's in the same scene, we are going to go left to right. So we're going to go Bren, then Ash, then Josh, then Mitch. Because if Lysha's going to start sneaking away, she is taking the Pass Without Trace spell with her.
Yes, well, I mean, Eren's hoping to use the distraction anyway.
That part through.
So where? Yeah, okay.
All right, so Bren, what are you doing?
So, Thoras is going enact hand signals that he learned in the Goliath tribe. Looks a bit like some Naruto-esque.
I know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, some shadow jitsu or something. I don't know. But he's going to just throw it out there and hope that they understand what he's talking about. He just wants them to go. And on that signal, Thoras doesn't really know how flight works with his axe. He just assumes that he has become strong enough, so strong that he is able to swing his axe with enough force that he is brought along for the ride with his axe. And that's how we think flight works. A bit like, you know,
that's what he did with the fucking spear, the lightning spear,
yes,
didn't he?
Exactly, yeah. It's the only thing he knows. And he just assumes that he's managed to get to that point in his character arc of just being able to be so strong that he can throw a weapon and travel with it. And so it's like the original Incredible Hulk movie. You know, when the Hulk is just leaping across the desert and the military's chasing him in 2004? It's like that. but with the axe. So he's planning out. He's already got the perception check. He's locked onto Allan. He's gonna wait for the stealth warriors to basically get into warfare, and he's gonna try and predict a parabola, arc jump with the axe, using the flight. Yeah, all the calculations going off in his head to basically just essentially jump onto Allan, squeeze the cage in between his thighs.
Break it like the watermelon challenge. Just bust that shit open.
No. He's not going to bust that. He's just going to jump away with the cage in between his legs.
Can I, at level 10, I can't remember, keep a spell going in concentration if I wild shape, or does the spell end? At what point am I able to do? That's not until like level 18, right?
I believe it is somewhat higher level. You might want to look that one up.
Okay. All right, because I was going to be like, I can fly too.
All right, so this is essentially the planning phase. Thoras isn't doing this, but as soon as the ground team says go, this is what's going to happen. All right, so Thoras is preparing for the seelie warriors to charge forth. Lysha, being aware of this sequence of events, is doing what?
Erasing the line that she drew, which she can't remember how to do.
I should be able to do it. Boop, gone.
Thank you. Okay, so you're jumping over, and Eren and Pixies. Well, can these pixies fly as well? Are they flying with?
These are
Thoras,
sprites.
or?
These sprites can all fly. You've got satyrs, blink dogs, and sprites. The sprites have poisoned arrows. The blink dogs can teleport, and the satyrs are armed for war.
So Thoras, we see him fly across.
Hasn't happened yet. He's preparing to do
He's
this.
moving at the same speed that we're moving, though, right? Like his flying speed is the same.
What's your What's your ground speed, Thoras?
Should be
30 foot, right?
He's
a
barbarian.
35 because I'm bigger.
Mine's 35 as well.
I think
Should be on D&D Beyond, and it should be accurate.
40 is
40.
my walking speed.
Then that's your flight speed.
Okay, so you're ever so slightly faster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would encourage the others to come around with me the long way. If because like otherwise being stealthy may not work super well if we're not like hiding in the shadows. If we try and walk straight through the center of the party, I feel like no matter what my stealth score is, probably not going to work out.
I mean, yeah, but we will still have the fact that there's a gigantic kerfuffle happening. Like, Eren's not planning to come out from this hiding place until there is fighting, until there is utter pandemonium, and then he's going to try and like Eren. I mean, Eren believes that Thoras can do this shit because he's seen enough nonsense before. But Eren is trying to go here. He's trying to steal this. He's trying to get out.
So I guess Lysha would encourage like Eren to sidle up with her, maybe to like this-ish area, so we're like a little closer in the shadows. I don't.
That would be fine with Eren.
Is that a creature?
Yes, that is a quickling, a tiny fae that's incredibly hyperactive.
We would go past quicklings then. In that case, probably we would wait until the pandemonium starts. Yeah, and then again, I drew things and I can't erase them. Kind of like try and skirt along the edges once the pandemonium starts towards Allan and wherever Thoras is flying, and would kind of not run, but like as quickly as she can stealthily go that direction. Hiding under tables and chairs and
all right, so
trees.
So War Party pushes out. Thoras yeets himself into space.
Yeah.
Eren and Lysha is saying, hey, let's the rest of us stealth north. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
I don't think I'd stealth north so much as just like straight out in the same direction as we see Thoras go to try and keep, because like how high off the ground are you, Thoras?
Well, in theory, I should hit the height of the jump over the dinner table here.
Oh, is that how your parabola looks, mate?
Yep.
All right.
It's an inverse. What's the inverse of a parabola?
A bell curve? I don't know. It's still a parabola.
Math checks out.
So how high off the ground are you again? I'm sorry.
The acme of the parabola should be obviously half the distance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so right over the
calculated
table.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
I don't
20,
know
what,
how
you're like-
high I
20,
am.
20
You're like
feet off the
6.
ground?
No, I'm getting quite a big arc on this. No?
Okay, well, if you're more than 30 feet off the ground, you are not covered by my spell.
I don't think I am.
You might not. You're not, Brent. You're not operating under projectile motion, mate, because you're
Yeah,
perpetually,
I know.
perpetually
It's-
propelling yourself. It's not
the
just an
same
impulse
speed.
at the
Yeah,
start.
I know,
And then,
I know.
Yeah, so
It's
Well,
not the same
can I
as your
turn
like
it off
lightning
at
thing. That's
will?
what I'm saying. You're moving at the same
You
kind
just
of speed
fly
as
now,
a-
dude. You just fly.
Just-
All right. When
Yeah,
you're holding
fly
that
and
axe,
crawl.
Control
If
how
you wanna
high off the
realize
ground
it.
he is.
but projectile motion doesn't apply to things that can fucking fly. So you could fly in a parabola if you wanted to.
But you don't
Yeah.
have
Gravity doesn't do
Or you
shit
can do
to
loop the loops, or you can
That's
do
it.
whatever the fuck you want.
Mhm.
It's
I'll
not
do a
quite
barrel
Thor's
roll and you're
hammer.
there.
It's more like, did you watch Golden
Pan?
Compass or whatever? Like the bows that the witches use, where you're just like flying in the air.
No.
Original
Do we
Golden Compass, not
do
You
we
ever seen
need
a bird?
technicalities
Bad
of
one.
it?
You're a
we
fucking
need-
bird.
Can I just leap?
You can leap. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Again-
I don't think Thoras really understands the power that he holds within his hands. And also, I feel like it's good to put limitations on it for the stupidity of my character. Otherwise, flying would get out of hand.
I mean, you guys are level 10 now. As D&D characters level up, they become superheroes. There's a certain point in the game where the DM should just expect the party to be able to fly, and level 10 is a reasonable point in that in that development. Like, you guys can teleport now, or at least you have access to like teleport shit.
You should see the kind of shit I can do if I
yeah,
get
I can
unchickened.
stride.
What was that? What was that, Ash?
Unchicken my heart.
Unchickened.
All right. Josh,
Yes.
one of your two sparrows has been detected dive bombing this dwarf right here.
Yeah. They've beefed it, haven't they?
And you don't have direct access. So the dwarf is going to touch its hat, tug on its hat twice. Golden sparkles flicker down from its hat, and the dwarf begins to fly and starts chasing the sparrow.
Okay, wasn't expecting that. Clearly, the dwarfs are not to be fucked with.
Roll 1d20 plus 3, please. This is an acrobatics check, as the dwarf is attempting to catch your bird.
1d20 plus 3 coming up. 10.
Versus 20.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
The dwarf flies up and grabs the bird in its hands.
Which one, Jack or Bill?
Roll 1d2.
1.
Jack.
Okay.
He's got Jack.
God.
Bill just keeps poking at him and poking at him. I'm invincible! And the flying dwarf is going to attempt... Actually, you know what? No, that was round 1. The flying dwarf is now holding this bird as it flies, shaking it, yelling at it, and trying to catch the other bird.
Okay.
And everyone's dancing around going, yeah, get the bird, bite its head off.
Oh my
Bollocks.
god.
You still have your chickeny action.
Yeah.
Can you
with
think
my
of
chicken
anything?
Action, I'm going to scream at Jack, the
Mhm.
one that has... Sorry, scream at Bill, the one that hasn't been caught.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell him to I'm going to tell him to get the fuck out of there. I'm going to tell him to come back to me.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
16.
All right, yeah, he'll start flitting back towards you. Unfortunately, the dwarf sees him
Oh no.
and is giving chase.
Oh no.
that guy seems scary strong.
Yeah, I don't. Who did you
Okay.
piss off?
They're like a plus
I mean,
4
this-
strength modifier, I think.
I'm
That's
not gonna
the only
lie.
guy.
The thing that's going through Alan's head though is this could be good. I mean, if he murders Jack and he's close by, so there's more of a
Fucking hell.
chance of the shadow landing on me, I'm out of here. So either way, bird in the bush is worth two in a dwarf's hand.
See if
Oh,
Thoras
that's
doesn't get to you
whatever.
first.
Whatever the phrase is.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, chickens have terrible night vision, so I have no idea my party is here. I just looked this up.
absolutely
Chickens
not.
have like very well known terrible night vision. So because you've all stealthed around, I have no idea I'm being captured or rescued. so I'm just acting under the assumption that nothing's going on. Even if there was a wild kerfuffle, I'm not sure I'd be able to see like 10 feet away from me, 20 feet away from me. So
All that being said, you do hear a chicken just cawing its head off.
yeah, I would be screaming.
So can I also, like, on the way, use...
Keep in mind you haven't deployed yet because we were just setting up your plan.
Right. So I'm thinking, like, we're stealthing over. I've already cast Pass Without a Trace.
Mhm.
Do you want to wait until we actually get to the part where we can go?
Okay.
'Cause we're just setting up here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eren, is there anything that you'd like to do? Positioning, planning, etc.
Where I'm stood is just fine. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty single-minded. I'm trying to get this harp.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I'm compelled to take it.
All right. Good enough for me. Two things, team. Here's the first one.
Damn, that's crazy.
Stormbringer, a wind rises in the south.
Vinder?
No, one of his kids, I think.
Thank God it's not Vinda. Vinda has a death wish on my head.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one, the fire one, actually too. I like it.
Yeah, Sin used to be
Sin,
kind of
yeah.
okay with you guys, but then Tiberius
He's not
banished his kid, his
Oh.
messenger, and
He got randomly called to like a fight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
something happened that was bad, and I don't remember it exactly, but
Yeah.
I guess we're not friends now.
all right. So, literally, what happens with this
Also,
active?
why
Go
is
ahead.
Korak's finger in my inventory?
Because you revived him with the reincarnation spell, and he came back as a tiefling of Anachronus.
Okay,
Remember
so
that
I should
part?
remove the finger. Right, he's
Yeah,
alive now. I don't need the finger anymore.
Yeah, you use that.
Cool.
Okay, so the
I
weather,
totally forgot I had done that actually.
the weather literally picks up, and it is now very blustery, very windy, which is going to have an impact on perception checks that have to do with hearing and with, let's see, ranged attacks, I think. Strong wind.
Mm.
Yeah. Extinguishes open flames, disperses fog, makes flying by non-magical means nearly impossible.
Okay.
Which means that the sparrows are grounded in a moment. Everyone flying with magic is fine. And ranged attack weapons and perception checks to hear are at disadvantage as a wind just begins to howl. Do I have anything for this?
Oh, I still have my immovable rod.
Wait, but that dwarf was also flying after the pixies. After the
Magic.
sparrows.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Mhm.
Bollocks.
Non-magical means.
It's a good thing it doesn't count.
Sorry, chicken man. The second thing is roll for initiative.
Mm.
Oh, whoops. Nat 20 on initiative, Poggies?
Wait, mine didn't roll.
Oh, wait, I just
Fine.
like the token. No.
Yeah.
Can I? I
That's what I
can't
had.
select mine. Wait.
I can't select mine.
You have to
Interesting.
go to
Interesting.
select.
You should
Select
have.
mode.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Oh, no,
can.
think
it's
I
because I got the fucking ruler on.
Yep,
Oh,
that'll
right.
do it.
I threw.
Oh, yep, same.
It's fine. I'll just take your first rolls. Give me a sec. It's been so long that if we
Nice.
didn't do this wrong, like, I don't know, it'd be
Bad
kind of weird.
24?
All
I
right.
got a 17. 'cause I
Alan
had
got a
advantage.
20. Thoras got a 17.
I'm gonna go pee quickly as well.
Yeah, you have a moment. I have a lot of stuff I have to do here. Thoras got a 17. Eren got a 15. Lysha, have you rolled initiative? No, Lysha.
I got a
think-
21. It's up top above
Perfect.
Eren.
Is it? I don't see it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
way the hell up there. Yep.
Can you possibly create like a geometric object that's 30 feet in radius to indicate our pass without a trace?
What I can do is I can give Lysha an aura.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be good.
.30 visible. Doink. Quite large.
That is, wow. Kind of busto.
I'm going to give it a total initiative count in a moment. Like I said, I have a number of moving parts here. Which if I was a smart DM, I would have rolled like before the session. That is literally the thing I should have done, actually. Oh well. You know what? You guys can all go on the same count. That's going to speed things up. Definitely have to get the flying dwarf. We can't offsides him. The red caps, they're going to be in the middle of it. Got to get them. Shadow Fae, I'm just going to roll them all together. The Shatter Kai, we'll put them all in one block as well. It's just faster that way. The Yeth Hound. Oh, but you know what? The big swole dudes, they deserve their own entry, I think. You might get a chance to tussle with them for all I know. All right. There we go. Swole dude in. Did I get the Yeth Hound? I did not get the Yeth Hound. Weird dog with a face. The Yeth Hound can smell, which is important for stealth purposes. There's like one normal-ass goblin in the middle of all this, whose shadow could have been stolen, actually. He is a humanoid.
I just come back and there's 20 different initiative rolls from Joe.
Well, there's like
That's
20
not
different
good.
monsters on the field, you know?
That can't be good.
And let's just do all these hags on one count
Seems
too,
fine.
right? Yeah, we'll do all the hags on one roll. All right, I'm done. I promise.
That's a lot.
It's fine. There's how many acts of God left?
We just did number 6, so we have 5 left.
Jesus.
What? We got up to 11?
We got up to 11.
Jeez.
Okay, so I'm going to have the Fairy War Party go first because it's their action that's going to trigger everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that makes sense. So, on that count, the sprites flip forward. There's this smoldering fae. Its lower half, it has bug wings, and its lower half is a swirling storm. And the blink dogs teleport over to it, surround it, and just start biting the crap out of it. And rather than sit here playing with my own action figures, I'm just going to have it be pinned down and busy for the time being.
Can you make sure to let me know whenever something dies? Because I want to roll for where the shadow lands.
Absolutely. After the first thing dies, which Ramius gets dibs on.
Oh, fucking bollocks. Fucking Romulus.
All right, so these sprites roll up and they zap this goblin and just put it to sleep with their poison.
Yeah.
Could have sworn I had little floating Z's. Oh well, it's asleep. These ones roll up. They're going to bog down this dryad. These satyrs are going to run over. Ah! War cries, and suddenly more chaos and bloodshed than was already present echoes out over the battlefield. We have 5 acts of God, right? Okay, cool. So, Eren, the wind has picked up. What would you like to do?
I will take a deep breath, survey the battlefield, and that ever-present, slightly metallic tang of blood, kind of like after a rainstorm, but just a little more caustic. And I will heroically, under full stealth, move over here.
Roll a stealth check, and you get an invisible +10 to this.
Okay.
The one thing I did do that was...
Oh, okay. I mean, that's still 16. 16. Could have been worse.
+10, +10.
I did it heroically.
Who's
Could
got a
have
high
been
passive
worse.
perception?
I took notes on all the creatures and their passive perceptions before this started. One creature in your area notices you.
Bro!
This guy, the weird, creepy, evil satyr.
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude.
Now, until he gets a turn, he can't alert his allies of your presence.
Welp.
All right. And that will, you moved. And how far did you move? 30 feet? Because you move at half speed when you're stealthing. So if you moved and dashed, that might be it unless you have a bonus action. You moved more than 15 feet. Unless you were right here. All right. So you've moved and you've used your action. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to use?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay. All right, then. Your turn concludes with one small piece of spice. Fog of war, thick cloying clouds conceal the battlefield. It's
No way.
That seems helpful.
yeah, actually, that
Good for your boy.
that helps out.
I guess I just slipped in some
Maybe
cider
that,
shit and old
Vader
mate
didn't
might have
see
seen
anything
me.
after all.
Yeah, gets like one shot at you, and then you vanish into the fog. A thick cloud literally surrounds the entire battlefield, and now all visual perception checks are also made at
Glad I had those
disadvantage.
scallops with for lunch. Let's go.
Does that obscure shadows?
How do fog? Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Doesn't
I
fog
guess-
like mess with shadows?
Well, wait, doesn't it
Well, no,
create
so
shadows?
shadow is like instead of being cast on the ground, sometimes fog will cause a shadow to like be cast in the air. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So I think what's going to happen is shadows would have to be much closer to you, but we're not going to have to roll for the direction that they cast because they could cast in the air where you could grab them. That's how I'm going to treat that.
Okay.
So anything
alright,
that
I
dies
like
within
that.
10 feet of you, you have a chance, even though you were a small chicken. If it dies within 10 feet of you, you automatically have a shot. If it dies beyond that, you have no shot.
Oh, 10 feet is pretty small, but all right, I'll
Mhm.
take it. I'll take it.
And then, yeah, any attacks against creatures concealed by fog, which is anything more than 15 feet away from you, is concealed by fog. You'll have disadvantage on it. So now, Fog of War in play. That was our 20 sub active god. And
I like how you had the fog just like on hand, ready to go.
all right.
Respect.
It is now, let's see, none of the... Okay, this Duskthorn Dryad just sees that she's under attack, so she's just going to run up and join the fight. She's tied down in the battle. You know, at least do a little narration here, though. How does she attack? She... is not going to do that. Yeah, she's just going to run up with her knife and start trying to shank some sprites for the time being. Over here, a party of shadow elves are going to... Two of them are going to run up with their blades drawn, eager for blood. Charging into the fray. And the last one is going to run down here with his bow, leap on top of the rock, scattering the food, and start firing into the melee with incredible accuracy. Lysha, it is your turn. As far as you know, you're
Okay,
undetected.
So how do I do distance here again? I forget how to.
So pick up your token and right click, and that'll give you the little distance measuring tool.
There we go. Okay, so my move speed is 35 feet. I can go half speed, so like what? 17 feet?
Why are you going half speed?
Because I'm going stealthy.
15 feet.
Oh.
You can move 3 squares with your movement, and if you want to use your action to dash, you can move another 3 squares.
Okay. Since I don't want to be in the middle of that fight, that seems like a good call. So I can go up to 30 feet, right?
Correct.
Oh, but I would. Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Allan and
And do I need to roll to be stealthy, or am I just stealthy?
you do need to roll a stealth check. There's a guy nearby with excellent stuff, but plus 10.
19.
Plus 10 for pass without trace. 19. Nobody sees you.
It's one of the less griefy ways to use pass without trace. I guess at least there's a full melee happening. So
All right. The Shadow Fae Guardians, the big swole dudes, they are just maintaining their position. They have their job. It doesn't have anything to do with the chaos going on over there. That's other guards' business. Do they have any special ranged attacks they can use to contribute to this? I don't think so. Yeah, they have javelins, but they're just going to hold on to it.
what are they equipped with? Pikes or?
Yeah, they have pikes. nasty looking pikes of a deep dark metal.
Hmm.
They're both going to take the dodge action just to protect themselves. All right. And the red caps. They are eager for blood, so they're just going to charge in towards the violence and start trying to stomp on some satyrs' faces. Is that all my red caps? Yep, that's all my red caps. They are engaged in melee. Allan, it's your turn, followed by a bunch of baddies, followed by Thoras.
What's going on with my sparrow?
Okay, so one sparrow is in the grips of the flying dwarf, who is going in a while. So he can use an acrobatics check to try to wriggle his way out.
Okay.
Roll 1d20 plus 3 for that.
12?
12 versus... A natural 20. Oh no. His wings are broken. He's going to have disadvantage on future checks.
Oh, that dwarf is getting fucked up. If I turn back into a humanoid, I'm not even trying to escape. That dwarf is just getting eviscerated. Only I fuck my sparrows up.
The other sparrow can just dive bomb him if you want.
Well, I did originally
told him to
tell
run.
the sparrow to return to me, and the wind picked up. So I wanted to roll some kind of check to see whether he had made it back safely.
Roll another dexterity check, which is just going to be 1d20 plus 3.
9. Why are these sparrows so shite?
Fucking sparrows, man.
Grounded.
What do you want? They have one muscle.
Grounded as in fell to the floor in
Yes.
a pile.
Driven to the ground. It didn't have a lot of momentum. They don't have a lot of mass, so it didn't take any damage, but driven to the ground, let's say like here.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. You can use your bardic inspiration to inspire the sparrows.
No, I love it.
I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
I
It
think
does.
that
They
makes
can
sense.
understand each other.
What
Yeah.
song are you gonna sing in as a chicken?
I'm not sure chickens are really the most well-known songbirds in the animal kingdom.
That's true, but I'm sure they could make a little ditty at least.
You could
they
peck
cobble
to a
something
beat.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, I think chickens are more likely to beatbox and bob their head. You know,
Okay. How would
Yeah.
that sound?
That
Just
looks like a pigeon to me.
Doing the
chickens definitely head bob as well.
pigeon.
It's true, they do head bob also.
Is roughly what I'm going for.
Yeah, I guess my
Roughly
gangster,
what
this
I'm going
chicken,
for.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this chicken is getting fucking riled up at that dwarf. Dwarves aren't supposed to fly. Sparrows and chickens are supposed to fly. We're descended from
Chickens
dinosaurs,
fly.
motherfucker, aren't you?
Chickens?
Yeah.
Chickens
Some
should be
chickens
able to
can
fly. Chickens have been unevolved to the point that they can't fly. That's not the fault of the chicken.
All right. So
May I modify that prior roll then with bardic inspiration?
yes, you may roll your bardic
What is
inspiration
that?
dice.
It's plus a 6, plus a d6. Right?
God, no, you're a level 10 bard at this point. I think
Yeah.
it's better
Yeah,
than that.
shit, I've forgotten.
Might be a
me have a
D12.
look.
It might be a
It's a
D10.
stupid-
It was like D4 level 1, right?
1d10.
So that's-
It's a
yeah.
1d10.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Roll
That's nice.
1d10.
6. All right. Does a 15 get them home
A
safely?
15
to
gets
Allan
gets one of your birds safely home to you.
O'Dale? Okay, nice. I would
Build the
like
invulnerable.
to end my go by communicating to this bird that they should try and seek out the smallest bird they can find, a wren, a tiny little tit, and they should bring it back to me for massacre, and I will do the killing myself. They just need to escort, dupe, deceive, whatever. They need
Josh
to
is trying to
bring a
massacre
bird
tit.
back to me.
Sacrificial tit.
A sacrificial tit. Yes, that is what I require.
The Audubon Society is going to have a field day. All right.
Spring is here.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Before we go down that rabbit hole, that's going to be it for your turn. So next up is goblins and the evil satyr, as well as
Round, there's so many of these.
Mantle of the Skies. The sovereign of the skies lends his strength to turn the tide.
Oh my
wait,
god!
wait, 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 wait.
No!
He hates us, doesn't he?
He hates Allan. Just Allan.
He fucking hates me.
He just hates
That
Allan.
kid hates me.
He actually probably likes
Yeah.
us. You know, he probably doesn't mind the rest of us. He doesn't like Allan, though. I
Hates
think
me
we'd
with
be
a
on
passion.
decent terms.
Amazing.
I have wings. You know, I spend time in the sky.
Isn't that who
He's
you
the sovereign
stole the
sky?
golden bow from?
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
I mean, it was necessary for our party.
He
You know,
was
we had
acting
Did
to-
you like
Josh was-
kill an owl or something?
Allan was acting on his own orders. Yeah,
there like
me
a
and
bird in
Vinder
the
are
tree?
bros. Yeah, we're cool.
A bird may have exploded. All right, was I involved? I can't tell.
I'm just remembering. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay,
Yes,
so
a bird exploded.
Vindur,
No, not
As-
Vinder, just mate.
Vindur,
Scotty,
as
down the road. Yeah.
Vinder.
to further punish Allan O'Dale for his many
What level is
transgressions.
this? Is this a level 50?
This is a level 30.
Oh, okay.
Vindur imbues the flying dwarf with the power of wind.
Oh.
Oh.
His flight speed is increased to 60, and he can use his action to create a 15-foot cube of swirling wind around on a point he can see, just to shove people around and damage them with wind.
Come the fuck on. All right, well, one tiny sparrow versus a god-imbued
This
flying
dwarf is basically
dwarf.
like a general of Terra Nimbus at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All he needs is the armor and the
Okay.
sword and be an unhittable bastard.
Oh, yeah, dude.
All right, the goblin is sleeping. The weird, evil satyr with bug eyes saw you, Eren, but didn't notice Lysha.
Very sneaky.
Yeah.
He is grinning. His
But
eyes
then he
glow
disappeared
red.
into the fog,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna go like
He
this,
did-
be like, I'm not here, dickhead. As you were.
do 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 do. Okay.
Yeah, he's just seeing things. He's on. He had some mushrooms at this mosh pit party. You know, look, there's so many mushrooms on your map. Very shroomy. Yeah, he's probably just had a couple too many.
Okay.
Fog is breathing.
Through the fog, you can no longer see him, but you hear a weird alien sound. The sound of a set of pipes made from the beaks, cartilage, and throat sacs of a creature not of this world. This strange, squeaking, unnatural noise that rings into your ears, Eren, and starts to drive you mad.
Oh.
The good news is there's a lot of wind, so it's hard to hear. Roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage, please, as he attempts to drive you out of your mind.
Damn. All right. That's my saving throws. Here we go.
With advantage.
Yeah. Well.
With
Thank God,
advantage.
he gets to roll
Oh,
it
thank
again.
God for advantage.
Oh,
A natural
Holy
1
shit.
versus an 18.
An 18.
All right, you resist
wise.
the
Opposite
effect.
ends of the spectrum.
Oh, good lord. And taking advantage of the fog itself, it is going to stealth away.
Thank God. Oh wait, he stealthed away the.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, it's not that you can see him for shit anyways, but
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's mad foggy. Can I still see where the half is?
no, you can't see it, but you have a good idea of where it is.
Okay.
can you fly stealthily?
Yeah, especially in the
Would
fog.
you be like half speed flying?
I'm going to just go with yes, because the alternative hurts my brain. All right. So, Thoras, it's your turn. What would you
Yeah,
like to do?
Thoras wasn't planning on stealthing. Thoras was planning on leaping to Allan in just a beeline direction. If you dash, can you dash fly?
Yes, you can at your full move speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just gonna dash fly directly into Allan and land with no plan, no clue, in between everybody, and just as soon as I get there, just immediately
Do you
land.
remember the cave? Do you remember the dragon? Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna land and I'm just gonna grip the cage in between my thighs.
Okay. Immediately upon landing, both of the, because you are moving in on the territory that they're in charge of protecting, both of the Shadowfey Guardians are going to use their reactions to slash at you with their pikes.
Oh Jesus!
All right. So
Oh, fuck.
here go their
Oh.
attacks. What's your armor class, Thoras? I got a 17 and a 22.
It is a 15.
All right. Then, and you didn't say you went into a rage, so enjoy
I'm not in a rage.
36 points of piercing damage unless you have anything else that can stop it.
Yeah, I have Stone's Endurance,
hmm
As a reaction, reduce damage dealt to you
Nice.
1d12 plus 3.
Okay, go ahead and roll 1d12 plus 3.
So I will roll that. Need it. That's pretty good.
That's pretty
12. Okay, so you only take 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Only.
He's a level 10 barbarian. I mean,
He's got a lot of health, to be fair, but
Yeah,
still.
I don't know why my health is low as well.
because he didn't hit the long rest button.
Did you ever hit the long
I
rest button?
did.
Should have healed you up. Go ahead and set it
Should
full.
have full health.
Set
I
it
did
full
press
before you
it.
take your damage.
Yeah, you have to confirm it.
You have to confirm it. You have to
Oh,
press it
maybe.
like 3 times.
Okay.
Are you
Uh,
sure?
I definitely did press it because I was on 40 and then now I'm on 101. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So 25. What is it? 25?
24.
24. I'm on 81. I can take it.
Yeah, he's a barbarian.
That's more than my total max hit points, as established by the meteor shower that almost killed us.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you've used your action, you've used your reaction, you've used your movement. You, as an item interaction, you can pick up the cage
Yes. In between
in your
my
thighs. Okay.
And I will scream, "Do not worry, Alan. I am here." Making sure not to alert them and let them know that it is more than just me here.
Safe in his mighty thighs.
I
And
lay
you
an
are
egg.
within my bosom, thighs.
Nestled between those hulking quadriceps. Yeah.
What does it
I lay
smell like?
I lay a panic egg. And I just start balking around the cage. I mean, my tiny little nut brain has taken over. I'm in full panic mode. You did say I've been changed into a chicken, not a rooster, right? I have the capacity to lay eggs.
You know, up until a moment ago, I always intended rooster, but that's canon now. So it
You're in.
goes.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it for you, right, Thoras? Would you like to end your turn?
I mean, I can't do anything else, so yeah.
All right, good enough for me. As malleable as wit, true gold does not fear the melting pot. This is a 40 sub act of God, and it's the blessing of
Inscrutable.
Aruk, the god of wealth.
Mm.
Give me the harp,
Oh.
yo.
Thoras, roll 1d10.
You good?
Okay.
Probably not.
For 2 rounds, you have resistance to everything.
Wait.
Are you what?
Everything?
All types of
Baptized everything?
you have resistance on all types of damage, and you have advantage on all saving throws.
Does it stack with rage?
Does not stack.
Ah. Well, at least I can keep my mind. It's like rage with my wits intact.
That's pretty damn badass.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, that's a great thing to get to still keep my head and try and escape instead of fight.
Every so often, the acts of God don't just completely screw you over. It's a
Yeah.
nice change of pace.
That's very
That's
nice.
rare.
All right. Galanta, the enchantress, sees a shape fly through the fog and land and yell, "Don't worry, Alan. I am here."
When you put it like that, it sounds so Thoras.
She walks out of the fog, resplendent in her golden horned headdress, the row of crow feathers emanating from behind her, this dress that just seems the fog weaves around it as if it was meant to be part of this dress. And she says, "And who is this brave champion who is here? Please roll a wisdom saving throw against a dominate person spell."
I have resistance.
You have
right?
you have advantage on the save.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Here's the
Let's see if
first
This
one.
is
enough.
going to be
That's a
so
5.
rough.
dear God.
That
Oh my
4.
god.
Okay. You are
That's a long spell. That's a long spell.
There's a lot of text. Okay, you are enchanted. You are charmed by her.
Oh.
While charmed, you have a telepathic link. She can issue you commands, and you must obey.
Oh my god.
And each time you
I'm
take...
in a worse position. I'm in a worse position after this escape attempt.
It's because you're nestled between the thighs of an enchanted barbarian.
Oh, Lord.
That is exactly where Eren would love to be.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God, I wish that was me. Okay, so she charms you. She is concentrating on the spell. You get a new save whenever you take damage, and if her concentration is broken, the effect is broken. Also, bards are really good at breaking enchantment. Chickens, however, are not.
I can't do anything to help.
I mean, if you were smart enough, you would
You could
peck
peck
me.
him.
You're in between my thighs.
Yeah, but what? Sorry, if you take damage,
He gets a new
no,
save.
it's broken.
He gets a new save.
I see.
Called shot to the nuts.
But how obvious would it be that that he is charmed at this point?
Roll an
Exactly.
insight check, Chicken Allen.
Okay, I shall.
I mean, you hear this 18. You heard her walk out of the mists. You heard her say this thing. You've heard some magic words as well. You felt the muscles of Thoras' incredibly just rock solid thighs tighten and then relax for a moment. You are utterly aware that he is under the effects of an enchantment spell. All right, so the battle continues. The seelie Fae are going to lose, almost certainly. They will inflict casualties, 100%. But they are losing. The hags over in the corner see all this hullabaloo, and they turn and they start shambling over to watch the action. Ooh, finally some excitement, sisters. What are you talking about? I can't see a thing. But I smell the blood. I smell the tasty, tasty blood. Maybe if we get a bit closer, we can see. Who got this dreaded fog in here? I like the fog. It's good for my complexion. Nobody cares. You literally have a tumor the size of a chicken growing out of your face. Don't talk to me about your complexion. It is flying dwarf time.
Did I get asked who I was?
Yes, you got asked who you were.
Would I have to answer? 'Cause
Yes.
so I'm under control. Okay, I mean, Thoras wouldn't hold back. I mean, even if he wasn't charmed, he'd probably tell her, like, you have not heard of me? This chiseled physique? the tails? They haven't spread?
There's a joke
I'd like
that
it
I'm...
if your thighs spread.
Literally.
Crushed down here.
Caw-caw.
I'm
All right.
speaking chicken. You can't understand.
Oh,
Sure.
well, Thoras will do you the honor. Thoras, Giant's Bane is the name. Slayer of...
A giant.
Things. My axe is called Habrian, and one day Thoras aims to kill the gods.
The gods, in any particular order, or just any that are in your way?
Any in my way.
Delightful. And what do you need this chicken for if you're so busy preparing to slay gods?
To get to the underworld. There I will kill anything in my way.
I'm taking some monster turns while this trans passes, by the way. Bloodshed, screaming, the caw of humanoid crows provide a background to Thoras introducing himself and providing his resume to this shadow elf enchantress.
Any deaths? Any humanoid deaths? Chance?
The deaths will commence next round after one round of attacks.
Excellent.
Yes. Oh, but I didn't do flying dwarf time. I got distracted. All right. So the flying dwarf, imbued with all of this power. Okay, so here's the problem, right? The Mistress Galanta just showed up and asserted control of the situation. So this guy knows where he stands in the pecking order. He's a flying dwarf with a magic hat wearing a burlap sack. That doesn't put you very high. The only difficulty is that he is but merely the conduit
of a greater power that courses through him, calling for the death of that damn chicken.
Wait, what?
Oh,
the power of Vinder ascends upon him, and he needs
Oh,
to
God.
destroy that chicken.
Well, we're going to see how far Lady Rowan's deal gets me in terms of no harm being upon me.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh,
So
maybe you revert from being a chicken if he causes you harm.
he
Yeah, maybe I die.
is going to activate the ability.
I have greater restoration. You'll
A
be okay.
15-foot cube of swirling
wait.
wind appears.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
I need Thoras to roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage. You're not proficient in Constitution saving throws, right, Alan?
One
I
muscle.
don't. But how
As
would I know that?
a bard. As a bard, I don't think you are.
My Constitution says +1. I don't believe I.
Okay,
am.
great. But you're a chicken. Roll 1d20 minus 1, please.
But you're a chicken.
10.
A 10. Okay.
Mm.
A terrible swirling wind breaks out around the lot of you. This guy gets a save. 16. He takes half damage. If you made your save, which Thoras did, you take half damage. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Take half again, right?
Nope. Resistance does not stack.
Oh,
Oh, no, resistance does stack. You
Does
take
that
it
break her
stacks.
concentration? The enchantresses?
Didn't hit her with it.
Okay.
Hit this block.
Oh,
with
but
it.
I get to roll a will.
You get to roll a new wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Yeah. Oh, with advantage.
Because you have the Auroch's
This is-
powers
yeah,
upon
I'm
you.
blessing you.
Alright. Let's give me something better. And I take 4 damage.
You take 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay, I'm on 78 health. Here's the first wisdom saving throw. It's a 2.
Brent,
And
you're literally going down.
the second is 10.
Okay,
That's pretty good.
that did not free you. As the winds batter about, they do not harm you at all. They don't seem to touch you. Josh, the chicken is unharmed. But alas, poor Bill. Poor Bill. Dies.
Bill?
Yeah, he was in the cage with you. He's the one who made it back to you. He was in the area of effect.
Bill
He's
died.
inside the cage, not outside of it.
He made it to you, and the cage, it's not the cage that's protecting you. It's you that's protected. Bill is slaughtered by the magic.
Oh my god.
And his shadow?
Is made available to you.
What?
Inside
Hold
your
up.
cage.
Yeah, but he was able to fly into the
I'm
cage.
just gonna-
Presumably he can fly out. He's smaller than a chicken, right? Is the
Right,
sparrow
right.
small enough to
Spoiled.
fit between the bars?
Mhm.
Just to
Or is it
spoil
a
this
magic
real
cage
quick.
just meant to keep Alan in and he can't fit between the bars anyway?
Go ahead,
What
go
of,
ahead,
um,
Brent.
We'll find out.
What of Romulus?
Yep.
Is it Romulus?
Yep, Romius, the chicken that has engaged in the full cycle of birth, life, death, and renewal. We had a 50 sub act of God earlier, and just as you're about to snatch his shadow, Ramius gets it first.
Bill!
So one of my fucking sparrows was brought back to life, and the other one
No, it's the same one.
is
Oh, it's the
It
same
was
one.
Bill. no,
Same one.
This guy's going through the
it was
ring.
Bill both times.
the same one.
he underwent rebirth, and now as he dies again,
Dude, Bill
and his
is
mind
more
passes
fucked up than
across
Gilbert.
the boundaries of the world, he sees the marble throne where the empty shadow of Romius lies, and he hears that terrible echoing voice of the one who was once the cupbearer to the gods, and he accepts his deal, and he is freed from your service as he transcends into a spectral sparrow, a harrower of the dead, now sent out to harvest the souls of those who have fled their fate and must be condemned to the underworld. The skeletal, glowing outline of a sparrow emerges from where Bill once was, and its light banishes any shadow that it might once have had.
Welp.
That is
Right
going on.
purpose
Bill
is
Burton.
granted. I shall be a harrower, as I have tasted the fruits of ignorance, birth, life, death, and renewal. Hail Ramius! Thank you, Master! I see everything so clearly now! Onward!
Oh my god.
Bilbert.
Filbert.
A huge amount of chicken expletives passed from my beak. I have been robbed by these bastard sparrows too much. I desire to play God, and yet I constantly am robbed of that power by other fucking gods.
Almost like there's a message there.
Yeah, the message is that he wants. I know what he's gonna do when he gets the Book of Dawn.
I think so.
All right. Well, that was it for Flying Dwarf time. We did that Fae. We did that Fae. Let's see. The Shadow Dancers and the Shadar Kai. They're going to bide their time. They have no play in this at the moment. The Yeth Hound, the unearthly beast, it knows that you are under. Oh, sorry. I forgot one minor detail. Remember how that flying dwarf attacked the guest of the queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
As he stands there flying with wind emanating the power of Vindor, he starts to scream, a horrifying sound that melts and gurgles as what was once flesh liquefies. Bubbles of agonized scream erupt through what used to be his esophagus as he is liquefied by the magical wand of the Lady Rowan, even though he's not there. A floating puddle, and now cast about by the magical winds, it splatters in all directions, getting what used to be flying dwarf goo just everywhere.
Oh my god.
Brilliant. Well, yeah. Stands to reason.
That's brutal.
Eren, it's your turn.
I cannot see what's happened to Thoras. Yeah.
No, you have no idea.
You just heard. I am.
Yeah. Did we hear anything? We did because the
You
wind.
have, yeah, you can roll a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Let me see if I heard it.
All right, so a 23 or a 12. Okay, you can hear yelling. I will grant that you hear yelling. And you know it's Thoras. You also heard weird alien music.
Based on what Eren knows, he has no reason not to continue to head towards the center of this area to try and get towards that. He can't see anything else, so yeah, I think he has to just keep going.
Okay.
Eventually, I'm sure he's going to get his fucking schlong out, but for now, he's got to...
Did we roll for where the shadow of the dwarf landed?
There is no shadow. He is goo.
He's liquefied. There ain't no
He was more.
shadow.
He was more than 10 feet away from you.
Oh, he's more. Well, I'm not in the fog. There's no fog around me, right?
Oh, the fog would have gotten blown away from you.
Or is the fog just everywhere? I
I mean,
don't know.
the fog is omnipresent across the entire battlefield, but that wind would have blown it away. But he was still inside of the fog, so no joy.
Can I?
Okay.
So I use my action here to sort of.
Were you
half move twice.
sneaking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I see any of this now? At the end of my turn.
You can see vague shapes in the shadow. You have 15 feet of vision, so you can just kind of see hulking shapes, but you can't quite make everything out. You can see the harp, however.
Okay, nice. All right. Well, that's it. Yeah, he can't do much else. He's kind of none the wiser. He's still. I mean, do I have to roll stealth for this pass without a trace? Yeah.
You do. Now you've moved 15. Oh, you moved double?
Yeah, I use my action to.
Well, you have like 10 more feet of movement, I think.
Do I?
Depending on where you started. You were here, right?
I was here.
Oh yeah, that's a full 30. Yep.
Yeah,
Please roll a stealth check with advantage because you're just at the edge of the pass without trace.
Tits. Oh, wait, plus 10. Plus 10.
Plus 10. And the fog gives you advantage, so 21. You're fine. You're completely fine.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't see why GMs hate this so much. Oh, that's weird.
I know, it's weird. Just the strangest thing.
Eren is spending both his turns just fucking slapping his way across the clearing towards the fucking heart. Oh god.
Could be good, could be bad.
The wild hunt.
Again?
The wild hunt?
The riders come with hue and cry. Will you join or hide or die?
Oh no, is this the level 50?
Yes.
The hunt just show up?
You know what's great though? For some reason I already had these guys on the battlefield just hidden up here at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's mad.
No.
What a coincidence.
I think maybe I was like, one of the things that you guys might do would be to bring them in, but oh well. A Headless Horseman appears at the very top. Dullahan. He's holding his own head in his hand. He's merged with the body of the horse. They are one and the same. eerie light emanates from the eyes and a mad cackle as a swarm of howling hunting spirits emerges from the north.
I'm a fellow hunter. It's fine. We both hunt in our own ways. Friend, comrade, brother.
All right, I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll the Dullahan in, and what happens after that, we will see.
All right, yeah, that's my turn anyway.
All right, that's your turn. We have 2 acts of God remaining. All right, so the Dryad kills a sprite down here. Shadowfae Hunter shoots a sprite over here. They kill, one of the Shadowfaes is killed, the Boggle is killed, and this Redcap is killed in the fight. Sprite dies. And this sprite dies, and this floating storm spirit right here also dies. And all of them are a little bit far away. Honestly, Josh, it was a good plan.
It simply hasn't worked, though.
It's not your
fine.
It's not your fault.
I will rely
Oh,
on
you
the
haven't
others.
spent this whole
It is a fun
session
plan,
getting
though.
completely tits up fucked over.
Like every single act of God has either helped somebody who's not you or particularly screwed you.
Yep.
I mean, if I die, you can take my shadow.
Thank you. And I shall. I shall. I shall bust through my cage with your biceps like a fucking Chad. Can you imagine just being locked in a chicken-sized cage as a Thoras?
Okay, Lysha, it's your turn.
Okay. So this like is this harp in the middle. Is it like raised at all, or is this just like a clear?
Sitting in an open clearing.
Okay. Where is the bonfire again?
It's not a bonfire so much as it's a glowing. It's in the middle of the fairy circle. We'll call it a bonfire. Let me clear the wild hunt out of here. It's right here. Sorry, I should actually point. It's over here.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna grab a drink quickly.
Let's see. So Lysha doesn't know that Thoras has kind of launched himself in there either, so probably wouldn't be.
I mean, you would have known that was the plan. He made that plan clear from the outset, I think.
Okay.
Actually, clear is the wrong word.
He was not super clear on that. Like
Correct.
So in that case, I think okay, sorry. I had to like all right, I don't know if this can or not. But okay, did we establish if like the fog around where Thoras and Allan R got kind of cleared away by this?
It did, but there's still lots of fog between you and that point.
But there's still lots of fog between me and that point.
Yeah, like this area.
Okay. That's legit. That's legit. In that case, I think I'm just gonna be boring and keep stealthing forward.
All right, where are you headed?
Towards Allan, because Thoras jumped in, but surely he is not so dumb as to just.
All sentences that begin with "surely he's not that dumb" are probably wrong when it comes to Thoras.
Right. All right. I'm trying to like measure my distance again, and it's just moving me. What have I done wrong here?
Oh, it looks like you're pinging. So you're clicking and holding. So click once on your token to like select it.
Mm-hmm.
Then click and drag and hold, because it just looks like you're clicking over and over rather than dragging.
Okay, but when I drag, it just moves me.
Okay. Well.
Oh well.
I'm gonna blame demons.
It's stupid. It's fine. I'm stupid. I'm sure it's not. Whatever.
Where do you want to end up?
So if I am probably near, because I'm stealthing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what though? At this point, like, I think it's not super helpful to remain all that stealthy. Though it maybe would F Eren over at this if I don't. I don't know. Because Eren, had Eren expressed that he was going for the harp to the rest of us, or was that like an internal decision?
I mean, yeah, he probably did say it,
Okay.
but you can drop this. That's fine. We'll just sort of see what happens. I mean,
Okay. I think
I'm still sneaking. I just don't get +10 anymore. That's all.
All right. I mean, I think rather than just try and be stealthy, maybe she'd move but keep up pass without a trace.
Mm-hmm. If you are
And
not
then-
attempting to stealth, then
No.
people have a good chance of just noticing you. Thoras, actually...
What if I turned into a giant eagle? Would I be able to talk to other birds while I'm a bird?
Yes.
That was an escalation.
Yeah. I'm interested though. You have my attention here.
All right, I'm going to turn into a giant eagle.
But doesn't that break concentration on pass without a trace?
Oh, yeah, pass without a trace is over now.
Oh, guess I'm out here just hanging like a.
Well, you said it was
fennec.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
So you can get rid of my aura. I'm a giant eagle.
It's better pay off. I swear.
You are now a giant eagle. Is it an action to turn into a giant eagle? Because I believe you are a circle of
so.
you're a circle of the land. So
Yes, I am.
your action, you turn into a giant eagle. You have movement left. Lots of giant eagle movement. Hey,
Wait, wild shape doesn't break concentration apparently.
more importantly, Lysha, there are very strong winds right now. As a giant eagle, you will not be able to fly.
You could walk awkwardly
Oh,
though.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Have you seen how eagles
Wait,
walk?
is it true that it
Awkwardly.
doesn't break concentration though?
I believe so. It does not break concentration. What happens is you later on can cast spells in beast form.
New plan.
New plan. Giant eagle gone.
Before I became a giant eagle.
Or it
Okay,
comes back.
so in that case, as
Such an
I
Ashley
think
turn.
it's not an action to drop. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I take that as a compliment. Surely you mean that in a nice way.
I did. Yes.
It's not is it an action to drop my concentration on a spell? No,
Nope.
right?
You just stop concentrating.
So I would just stop concentrating on pass without a trace, and instead I will cast warding wind.
Ooh, okay. What's that do? Drop it in chat. All right. Strong wind blows with you. It deafens you and other creatures. Extend hedges out fog, and it creates difficult terrain for everyone except you. Okay.
It's a 10-foot radius around me,
Mhm.
and it moves with me.
Kind of cool.
And it basically creates like I'm assuming that it's like a ball of wind moving around me. So if I try
Yeah,
to
like
fly,
Aang, you know.
right. So if I became an eagle and tried to fly inside my ball of wind,
Oh my fucking god, dude.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love it.
now I can
It's so
fly.
cool. You literally look like Avatar, like eagle.
Yeah.
No, but that was your action to cast that spell.
That was my action to cast that spell. So
Mhm.
for now, I
Actually,
would
be
then move
truck
forward
sussy, dude.
with that.
Do you wanna
I
move?
guess, what, 30 feet?
You're a wood elf. I think
30
you
I
move
can
at 35. Yeah.
35 feet. So is that like what here? Is that right?
Yeah, and wherever you go, there's no fog. However, wherever you go, if you are in this territory right now, for Eren to leave, Eren can't hear anything, and his first few movements will be difficult terrain because anything inside your sphere is difficult terrain.
Right. I'm not trying to make
Yeah.
life harder for Eren, and I would know that
really?
in advance,
Yeah.
right?
Weird.
So
The wind is so strong, it's, you know.
I'm gonna get buffed.
So I would try and end probably more like here.
Cool.
You're an eagle now, yes?
No.
Not yet. No,
Not yet,
I'm
not
still
yet.
a humanoid until
yeah,
probably
DC
my next
action.
turn because I have to stay
Mhm.
concentrating on this. I need to use my action to become invisible.
That's mental. All right.
All right. The two swole elves are going to ask the mistress what they should do. And upon her instructions, one of them will move forward and place its massive hands on Thoras's massive shoulders. And the other one will crouch down, use its fingers to just pull apart his legs
No!
so the cage drops. Thoras, I will allow you to roll a check, but you are not consciously resisting. You're just incredibly, muscular.
Well, I'm going to keep trying to... Well, I haven't been told to drop the cage, right?
Right.
So I'm still going to keep holding the cage, but it's going to be like that image of little, like the baby Yoda just looking up, smiling, like as the two giant hands are on me. Thoras is just looking up like, oh, right. And I'm just going to keep trying to hold the cage because that was,
right.
I haven't been told to drop it.
No, you
They're
haven't.
just trying to pull me apart.
Roll a athletics check, a flat athletics check, because you're not raging.
I don't lose like sight of my goals, right? It's not like a complete mind wipe.
Correct.
I still know I'm trying to save Allan.
Yes, I got a 23.
Fucking hell.
You got a natural 20.
Oh my god, eyes of adamantium, bro.
Wow.
Let's go.
My boy cannot be spread.
Oh shit.
You're like frozen buffer, mate.
The mistress grows displeased.
Just looking up, smiling.
You are grappled, by the way. And so are they.
Your lustrous quads are grappled.
All right. And red caps. More violence. Let's see. Lysha, you moved openly, but there are no red caps near you. All right, we're fine there. Allan, it is your turn. You are still between the thighs. Yes, go.
So first of all, Jack, who was trapped by the flying dwarf,
Is now on the
alive?
ground in a puddle of liquefied dwarf. Alive.
Okay, I'm gonna hope that he's alive. I'm not gonna do anything that would help.
Kind of like
that.
WD-40, he'll be all right.
I am gonna peck at Thoras's inner thighs in an attempt to draw blood because I know that he's charmed.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll 1d20 plus 1.
It's happened. Allan kisses Thoras's inner thighs. The fan fiction is real.
Well,
Oh, it's only an 8.
oh, that's not a.
Peck, 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 peck.
What is it? He has to beat my AC.
Yes, your armor
Your
class.
armor
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah, good luck.
What is your armor class? Like 15?
15.
Yeah, that would be an extremely good roll.
Not even particularly high armor class,
There's-
all things considered.
The only other thing I can do is try and summon Jack towards me. So that's all I'll do. I'll
Okay.
just peck at Thoras's inner thigh and shout
scream
at
in
Jack
chicken.
to-
Okay.
yeah, screaming chicken.
Uh,
That's
you-
it.
you know
I have
what?
No more.
No, I
Autonomy.
think logically, I am going to give you advantage on this attack because he's in a very vulnerable position.
And frankly, you're in a vulnerable spot for him.
Okay, well, here we go. Here's the other roll.
Oh,
It was on
fucking
your
brilliant.
head.
I cast it out into the universe just to see what would come back, and
Yep.
sometimes it doesn't work out the way you planned.
The chicken god bestows upon me a magical
Did
peck.
Allan's beak take damage?
Whim of the waves. An omen of Liban appears. Roll a die.
Liban!
Even is bane, odd is boon. As our resident person who's been touched by Liban, I am going to have Lysha roll any die as long as it's a normal die.
How do I roll again?
/R space 1d4. It's been like a year, chat. 2. Okay. A good omen. Someone in the party, and this is not coming from you. I am going to point this out right now. This is not coming from you. Someone in the party can heal 2d4 plus 2 damage. I think the only person who's hurt is Bren right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool. So I didn't heal anybody, Liban.
Yes, which is why it actually works. Thoras, go ahead and heal 4 health. That was
Am I
an awful-
delusional enough to think like, I did it?
No.
I did
I mean, if you want to be, you can be. All right. We have one more act of God in the tank. A rank 20 act of God coming up. All right. That was Allan O'Dale. The goblin is sleeping.
I think even is actually Bane.
Is that what it says on the card? Because my spreadsheet says odd is evil, even is good. And I've already banished the card, so I'm going to go with
my
that.
slightly OCD brain actually thinks the same. I actually hate odd numbers. And I like even numbers.
I feel
like, odd numbers
the
are evil
same.
to me.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm going with my secret Act of God spreadsheet on this one. All right, evil insectoid. Dude, wow, this is... The only target he can see right now is the avatar. And all of his... Most of his attacks are based on sound. So what the hell does he do? And are you immune to ranged attacks?
Ranged weapon
Disadvantage.
attacks
Disadvantage.
have disadvantage.
Yeah.
If it's magical, I don't think it's affected.
Oh my god, and you're an elf too. This is terrible.
I am an elf. I'm also immune to charm, disease, frightened, poisoned,
What the hell?
and that's it.
All right, well,
That's it, by the way.
he's
Yeah.
going to sneak up like he's so clever and shoot his short bow at you. Does a 13 hit you?
No,
All right.
my armor class is a 14.
And his sleep poison wouldn't have done anything anyway. So he shoots at you like he's incredibly clever and then goes, oh, okay. Thoras, it is your turn. You are charmed.
Do I get...
Go ahead.
Can I try and break out now?
No, you do not get a save. Here's what happens. You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects, and the person who charmed you has advantage on charisma-based checks that she makes against you. And furthermore, she can send commands, but otherwise you're able to just you defend and preserve yourself to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Act as you will.
And if I enter a rage, it makes me immune to charms. Doesn't it?
Does it? Is that what it
Because
does?
of mindless rage. You cannot be
Joe's
charmed or
like,
frightened
"Damn
while
it."
raging.
Well,
So
I mean,
I'm
these
going
guys...
to Baby Yoda-esque, looking up, looking down, looking here. Just fucking screaming in my rage, if you'll allow it, with my diamond thighs. I want to just squeeze the shit out of the cage to try and pop it open at the same time in just a single act of glory as I'm planning to just decimate everything in my surrounding area.
And this is how Alan died.
Yeah, this is how
Okay.
I get
Well, you're protected. You're safe. You're
Wait.
safe.
He's
No.
protected
Yeah,
from the
it's
fine.
unseelie fae.
Oh, yeah, Sealy doesn't count then, I
You're
guess.
just gonna
Roll an
pop him.
athletics check.
I'm popping rage, and I get advantage on athletics because I'm in
Yep.
rage, correct?
Yep. Give me an athletics check with advantage.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
10.
26. Roll. Do you have an unarmed attack on your character sheet?
Alan.
Yes, I do.
Roll that, please.
Damage?
Yes.
Okay.
+2 because you're in a rage. The cage cracks between the force of his nutcracker thighs, just crunches.
I'm gonna get turned into nuggies.
The chicken is snapped in two.
Fucker nuggies.
It had 2 hit points. The chicken is just absolutely... There's a splash of blood and feathers. And in accordance with the rules of the polymorph spell, a very purple-faced Allan O'Dale appears between Thoras' thighs. You take a total of 5 points of damage because there were 2 points of damage on the chicken and the rest is overflow onto you. Allan O'Dale is back.
Oh my god.
I
Brought
forgot
to
that
life
you could
by
kill
the
someone
thighs
out
of
By the
for it.
bounty of a Goliath's thighs.
First time you were born by your
He
mother's
basically
thighs,
just
the
gave
second
birth
time,
to you.
Thoras.
Yeah, you know that, right?
Blood and everything. You're probably covered in chicken blood and feathers.
Oh my god.
Oh
I don't
my
get to attack this turn, do I?
Well, raging was a bonus action. Crushing the chicken was incidental.
Okay, so I do get to attack?
Yeah, you can attack. That's fine. You
Okay.
are grappled, by the way.
Oh. I should probably... Do I have to roll to break 3 of this?
So the grappled condition does the following. Your speed is 0, and that's all.
Yep. Oh. Okay. Who's grappling me? Both of them.
Yeah, both of them are grappling you.
Okay. I have a lot of things I can do here.
You're in your element now.
Yeah, this is where I start to shine. Okay, so the guy in front of me, I'm going to lock eyes, axe in hand. I'm going to go, mark of the hunter's mark, whatever the hell it's called, on you. You are first to die.
Okay.
I'm also going to enact, what is it called? Reckless attack. When you make your first attack on a turn, you can decide to attack recklessly, giving you advantage on melee attack rolls using strength this turn. But attacks against you have advantage until your next turn. But that last part is cancelled out because of my axe called Habrian, which allows me, when I use the reckless attack feature, to nominate one creature I can see, and that creature does not gain advantage against you from that feature until the start of my next turn. So it cancels it out for one turn, I think, on him.
Okay.
So I get advantage on the first attack. It's been a while.
Totally fine.
I just
Wow,
rolled to
Josh
hit
is
for
really in the thick of
advantage.
things here. Alan is actually in close quarters
Alan,
combat.
Welcome back to being alive,
Alan now has many tools to get the fuck out. I built my entire character to get out of situations like this.
Okay.
Those are my rolls to hit. The first one.
All right. So with advantage, a 12 or a 19. The 19 is absolutely a hit. Roll for damage as you hit the Swolfe.
Okay.
Swolfe.
It's +2, I think.
Yep.
So...
And plus an additional D6.
Oh.
Because of Hunter's Mark.
Ah.
So that's 12 points of damage with your first attack. You're a high-level barbarian. You can make a second attack, which does not get advantage.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading up on frenzy attack. I don't get that because I've already used my bonus to pop rage.
Correct.
Okay, so here's the second one. I don't get advantage on this.
But you rolled a 28, so you know
28 is gonna hit.
Roll damage.
And here's the damage.
And I think Hunter's Mark only procs once per round.
Okay.
Oh nope, just whenever you hit it.
Oh, so
roll an additional
+2 is 15.
Plus an additional D6.
Pretty good.
Plus the 4.
You deal 19 points of damage with that blow of your axe. He is a big, thick boy. He is not bloodied yet, but you've dealt him a serious blow. Now, I believe that calls your turn to an end. Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's also going to call our Axe of God to an end. A drop of wisdom, a moment of brilliance, perfection of the craft. What the hell does that do?
It's the wealth one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a low. It's the same one, but like a lower. It's the same icon anyway, right?
Yes.
But a lower card.
Yes.
I don't need money right now.
Okay, well, because you've just used your turn, I am not going to give this benefit to you. I'm going to give this benefit to the whole party, who must vote. You get 1 natural 20.
Oh.
And we give it to someone?
You choose when it gets used.
Wow.
The party must vote.
Oh, as a
That's
party,
OP.
we have to agree? Like, we have to come to a party consensus on it getting used?
And you may use it whenever you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
I get an extra attack if I roll in that 20 to hit. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Seeing that you are now unleashed and starting to chop people up, the Enchantress Galanta, her concentration broken, is going to back the hell away from the raging barbarian into this bush, and as she goes, she calls out some words of encouragement to the guys who are grabbing the barbarian, giving a bonus on his next attack.
Did I frighten her?
Do you have an
My
ability?
intimidating presence.
How does that work again?
I mean, it shouldn't. I was just wondering if she was scared about my.
Where did
my...
she go? Sorry, the
She moved off
About
sort of
your
in
diamond thighs.
Yeah, or also the preamble of me saying I'm going to kill everything in my path as I
Oh,
head
I
to the
see,
underworld.
I
Like
see
that's
that
quite the statement
It is.
to come out of somebody's mouth.
It was, that's cute until you kill the chicken with your bare thighs.
But
What
the
is the-
intimidating presence it's an action, so I wouldn't be able to do it. But
yeah.
it's yeah.
What is the attitude of the Dullahan, by the way? Like, can we discern whether it is coming for us specifically, or is it simply here to kill things?
Roll an Arcana check, Eren.
Oh god, I really
Noted
don't wanna deal with
scholar.
the Dullahan. That's not scary as fuck.
8.
Is this the hunt?
It's the Wild
Yeah.
Hunt, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have no idea. All you know is that I basically played the sound effect from the
I rolled a
original.
worse check than Eren.
A 7. Awesome. You're just a little distracted. You heard mad, maniacal, cackling laughter. So that's your current.
Seems really bad.
Mhm.
I can't hear anything.
yeah,
Yes,
you're
you
in
can't hear anything.
You're in the Thoras Islands.
Also, when the Wild Hunt shows up, the Coven of Hags, they're going to dip. They're leaving.
Fuck.
The Blood Hag immediately turns herself invisible. The Green Hag, can she do that? If not, she's going to start cussing out her sister. Yep, she turns invisible. She just swears. And the other hag, who you cannot see very well, can't turn invisible and starts cussing and screaming at her sisters about leaving her to die, and just starts hobbling off towards the edge of the wood. As the hags just give it a strong nope. And honestly, Galanta would have heard the Wild Hunt coming, so she's actually going to go this way instead, to the south, away from them. The Quicklings, who move incredibly fast, as soon as the Wild Hunt appears, run. They just scamper off the battlefield at an incredible speed. Zip, zip, zip. Zip, zip. The Dullahan. Is going to charge at the Yeth-hound.
Oh my god.
And it is going to attack with its spine whip twice.
Ooh.
An 11 and a 15. The 15 hits for 25 points of damage. That's
Oh, what? And you fall prone if you fail this. Fuck that. I'm not fighting that shit. That is
Oh my god.
nasty.
And the Yeth-hound falls over, bellowing in unearthly agony. A horrible, haunting sound that echoes throughout, above the sound of the wind itself.
Holy.
Ah! The Dullahan laughs. And its swarms of creepy spirits are just going to start eating some of the local fae. Just, nom, 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 nom. Descending upon them. All right. So that's him. Hi. Welcome to him. There's another battle happening over here where these the Malphas crow warriors are being torn apart by sprites. They're killing a lot of them as they go, but it's a back and forth battle. I'm just going to cut a bunch of health back here. I would say it's adding to the din and the fray, but wind. The Shadar Kai, being beset by the Wild Hunt, are going to jump into a nearby shadow, drop into it as if it was a deep pool of water, pop out 30 feet away or so, and scamper. The Yeth-hound is in pain. And it is going to... Nope, that ability won't work. That ability won't work. That ability won't work. It's just going to bite. Wow, that's a really good roll. I don't know why it has it. Oh, I know why it has advantage. So it's chewing on the Dullahan's hooves. It's attacking it with its spine, which is a whip. It's just generally bad. The Darkling, this one screams and gets eaten. The rest of them all scatter into the night. The party seems to be coming to a rapid close. Eren, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I have just... Can I see this shit?
Yes.
Still?
Yes, the wind was blew away that area, so you can kind of get a vague idea of what's going on. You still have disadvantage to hit anybody there until you get closer, but you can see something of what's going on.
Right. Yeah. I think Eren has forgotten all about the trinket right now because, yeah, he sees Thoras is getting sandwiched in between two hunky elves. So he will use his move to engage this one here, I think. He'll pop his wings as a bonus action as well. So,
Okay, wings are active. Radiant Soul. You use your bonus action, and you can deal damage equal to your level, which is +10 for a minute.
yeah,
That's
I have to do this though in order to do this the way I want to, but that's fine.
Oh my god. Okay, so Radiant Soul, action surge.
I have to do action surge because for some reason, I pop wings as an action. It's not a bonus action to do that.
That's
I have
weird.
to use an action. And if I want to actually attack, then yeah, I have to use action surge. So
Okay, so you pop wings as an action. You action surge, so you can take an additional action, which lets you attack twice.
yeah, well, I attack twice with the normal attack action.
Right.
Yeah, but otherwise I wouldn't be able to attack, I guess. Yeah, I guess we're actually going to Funky Town. How does this? Do we decide who gets this nat 20?
We haven't.
All right, how we?
But it doesn't have to be, used immediately either. But do you need it right now?
Well, I can take this guy to Funky Town if I.
Does anybody have
I'm
a
just
better
saying,
plan
like-
for it?
I vote as Funky Town.
Yeah, I don't mind where it goes.
All right.
If you're
So-
ripping a new one.
Yeah, if I get a nat 20 here, I'm going to use Great Weapon Master, which basically means I take a -5 to hit, but then add 10 damage.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh,
So I have plus 20 damage now because
So
of my
the
radiant
damage
soul.
is only doubled on the dice. It's not doubled on the modifiers.
Why is damage doubled?
On a critical hit. So when you get a critical
Oh,
hit,
sure.
you double your dice, but you don't double your modifiers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So
So
you
yeah, I
still-
still get plus 10 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I still get plus 10 damage. Plus another 10 because I'm in Radiant Soul, so.
Jesus. Okay, so it is plus. Okay, so roll your weapon damage as you just walk up and overhead this guy with a glimmering sword of the heavens, literally of the heavens.
Oh. 2d6 plus 6 times 2.
Should be 4d6 plus like 26, I think.
4d6 plus 26.
Yeah.
That is a ridiculous damage.
Stay in school, kids. This is why you need math.
Plus,
Oh, no.
20, so it's
You multiplied. The multiplier was out. All right, hold on. Here's how we're going to do this. Just roll 2 more d6. And I'll explain why. Because of PEMDAS, you multiplied the bonus damage, which it wouldn't have multiplied. So,
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
right. So you got 2 6s, which is 12. You got 18 damage plus the 6 damage from the normal attack, which is 24, plus 20 more damage is 44 points of damage. As you just absolutely chunk this guy.
And because I hit a crit, I get another attack.
Yeah.
But I already get a second. I get 3 attacks, basically.
So roll your free attack first.
Okay.
Just roll a normal attack. An 18 to hit for 16 damage. 16 damage.
this
And
guy's
then-
gonna die.
I get one more.
And
No!
Oh
He rolled another
Does he get
crit.
another
Well,
one
I
now?
crit on a 19 or 20, you see. So,
That's absurd.
okay. Okay.
Do you get another
You get
attack?
more?
that's it. 3 attacks.
You don't
I
get
know,
the
I can't get an
They don't
extra
chain?
attack from that.
Just keep
yeah.
chaining it one
Okay.
after
Yeah,
the
no.
other.
Okay. Wowie. All right. So with your first attack, you just slash across the swole dude, and he grunts, releases Thoras, and falls to one knee. With your second attack, you bring it square down on his shoulders, lop off his head, and it rolls off into the distance. Your
Oh my god.
With your third attack, you have the momentum to charge the other guy.
Works for me.
As you barrel towards him, inflicting 28, because that great weapon mastery sticks around. Like if you're doing that big Chungus thing, it sticks around. So 28, 30. No. Yeah, 28. 38 points of damage with that hit.
That is ridiculous.
Good lord.
Funky Town was not a bad idea.
Yeah. Funky Town worked pretty great.
Okay.
Got him.
That is it for
Definitely
Eren.
beat sneaking around, that's for sure.
Ay.
All right. More of the Shadow Fae, more of the Fae of the court are just fleeing as the Wild Hunt shows up and their queen is not among them. Nobody wants any of this. Lysha, it's your turn.
I'm just trying to get us out of here quickly. I'm trying to extricate Thoras from this little scuffle.
I mean, Thoras is in a rage.
Oh, fuck me. This Dullahan is going to be a problem there.
That only works for me.
I
Lysha,
don't know why. I'm just very afraid.
So we're trying to get out of here now, right?
yes. Objective 1, the chicken, no longer a chicken. Make sure you don't leave the relic behind. Objective 2, bonus objective, the harp. Don't know if Lysha cares about that at
With all
all.
the gold as well that is in this bag of holding.
Yeah, it is the entire bag of
Appeals
holding.
to
It's the whole
Eren,
bag
which
of
is why
holding.
when he saw Allan, he just charged in trying to get him out.
So when Allan
Um,
turned back into Allan, he has the bag of holding on him. He has all of his gear on him. The only thing he doesn't have on him is the small black bag with the wind inside, which is your relic. Because that was just in the
Where
cage
was
with him.
that again?
It was in
That
the
was
cage
just in the
with you.
cage.
So it's either crammed up
On the
against
ground
you
or-
and stuck to you by the sweat glistening off of Thoras' chiseled thighs, or it's on the ground somewhere.
Okay. Well, in that case, my original plan to turn into an eagle seems kind of moot now because he's not a burb anymore.
You can still grab
So-
somebody if you're an eagle.
Totally can. However, this seems more fun. So I'm going to. Lysha would, seeing kind of what's happening, or some of what's happening. There's fog.
Mhm.
I guess still move in that direction. So I guess I can move, what, 10, 20-ish, whatever. Yeah. To be in the. Can you give me, actually, before I move, can you give me a 60-foot cube?
Why?
And you can get rid of my aura.
It's a big cube.
That is a large cube.
He's actually just throwing literal shapes.
60 foot. It's a 60-foot diameter cube. Please say diameter.
It says no. Hang on. 60 foot. It just says 60 foot.
Yeah,
cube
it has to be
centered
the
on
sides are
So it's like
60
yeah,
foot.
it's
Okay,
120
okay.
Cubes can't have
feet.
diameters.
Yeah, the sides are 60 feet.
Okay, that's fine. I can work with that. I was gonna be a sad. I guess they wouldn't do radius on a cube. That wouldn't make any sense.
It doesn't really make sense. But I, at this hour, wouldn't have questioned it.
All right. 15. Let's see. That's a 25 foot. 30, 35, 40, 45. Crap.
What are you doing with that cube?
Is that a 60 foot? I was gonna say.
No,
Yeah.
I think you need one more. I think you need a little bit more
Fucking
cube.
Oh,
With
you know, I
that
think it's
cube.
probably big enough, actually.
You
Yeah,
need a little
don't
more
worry about
cube.
Okay.
Here's your cube. What do you plan to do with this cube?
Okay, so I'd
It's a
like to
big
put this
cube.
cube kind of like so that it covers the throne area and the harp area if I can.
Y'all, with 60 feet of cube, yes, that is a thing you can do. How does this look?
What is this perfect cube for a fucking?
Pretty good. I
Seven
think the
deadly
harp
sins?
can be a little closer to the edge. Let's move the cube a little closer towards the tree line up with the
Towards the north?
up towards the north where the wild hunt.
Tell me
came
when to
in.
stop.
One more. That's good.
Okay, cube
Now
deployed.
Let's move it left one.
Left by one, cube deployed. You are
Great.
now in the cube.
We're in the cube. I would like to cast Wrath of Nature.
Oh, this is a good spell.
Wrath of nature.
What does this do?
Wrath of Nature. You call
Oh,
upon
I
the
don't know why
spirits.
I just did a dex save. That was not what I was trying to do at all.
It
Here we
rolled
go.
as an attack. You call upon the spirits of nature to rouse them against your enemies. The spirits cause trees, rocks, and grasses in a 60-foot cube centered on that point to become animated. So you've cast it. The start of your turn effect doesn't go off. But on the end of your turn, one creature of your choice will become restrained. And as a bonus action, you can throw a rock at somebody in the cube.
Do a whole bunch of things.
Oh.
And the whole cube
Basically,
is
I call nature to our defense.
and the whole cube is difficult terrain to her enemies, but not to her allies.
God, entered the
No,
gulag.
that's kind of lit, TBH. Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
Jarvan ultimate. Yeah.
I have called nature to defend us.
you've used your action. You can use your bonus action to yeet a rock at somebody if you'd like.
Yes, I would like to yeet a rock at. Is that thuggish guy that just got? He looks pretty hurt, right? The one that Eren just like wrecked the second one.
Yeah, he's not bloodied, but he got chunked.
He got chunked. Let's yeet a rock at him because he's still trying to grapple Thoras, right?
Mm-hmm. Make a ranged spell attack. So 1d20 plus your proficiency. If you have a ranged spell attack on there, great. Otherwise, it's 1d20 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
Don't.
You should be able to just do a ranged. You feel like magic missile or something like that. What are you?
Do I have
Druid.
Orbital strike laser, hair removal laser, whatever.
Is Ice Knife one?
Here. Ice Knife should work. No, Ice Knife. You rolled a 19. Yeah, so that'll hit. And on Wrath of Nature, that is the Flying Rock of Destiny does 3d8 bludgeoning.
Oh
Roll
my
3d8 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Roll 3 8s.
And he blew his save, so you knocked him on his ass. And you rolled
Nice.
very good damage. 19. A chunk of the stone circle the harp is in the center of just rips itself up, clonks him in the head, and he goes falling over backwards.
Nice.
He is now prone.
Oh, he's not grappling me anymore.
He's no longer grappling you, and he's prone. Do you want to move at all, Lysha, or are you good?
I think she would kind of try and move, not even thinking of the harp. She'd
Mhm.
probably move to stand by it, though, to
All right.
kind of like be away from, but centered. She can shoot things at the enemies.
Does Lysha care about the
like
harp?
this. No, this is coincidental. I'm kind of like, picturing her like centering herself to square herself up to her enemies, but keeping her distance still. And at this point, she's not hidden anymore, but she's well
Right, so you
centered.
literally turn and face him, and we're like, yeah, I'll fucking throw a rock right here. Yeah.
All right. It is now the Shadowfey Guardian's turn. He rises back to his feet and just got absolutely hammered on by a dude with wings and a glowing sword. And he does not take kindly to such things. He attacks you twice with his pike. A 9 and a critical hit. And the crit is going to cost you 40 points of damage. As he just shish kebabs you right through that nice skyplate steel armor.
Oh my
Oof.
god.
Well, that's unfortunate. I will reduce his damage by 3.
Yep.
Is it piercing?
It is piercing.
Yeah. Well, I think I can. Yeah, I reduce it by 3. So what I
Sweet.
take 37. Brilliant.
Yes. He is then going to use a bonus action to cast Misty Step. To pop out of the mist and next to the Shadow Enchantress Galanta.
Oh, you have fucked up.
Oh no! Oh,
Alan
no.
is ready to bring some fucking pain now that he's back in his human form. You take your go, red caps. I'm ready to fucking cause some chaos.
They're just in the middle of a fight with the satyrs and such, and they're essentially out of the go. And it is Allan O'Dale's non-chicken turn.
I want to explain that I'm usually a coward, Joe. And so before Eren came and slaughtered one of these guardians,
Mhm.
I was 100% planning on just dimension dooring me and Thoras out of there. Only fleeing was on my mind. And yet, as soon as I realized that these things that we've actually got the advantage in the fight, my cruel streak comes out. And suddenly I'm like, no, these motherfuckers turn me into a chicken. I'm gonna barbecue these sons of bitches. And so I'm casting synaptic static on this like area where the enchantress and the big beast are. I'm taking the fight to them. And then I'll hide behind my 2 beefy friends if it goes wrong.
Right. You choose a point, and psychic energy explodes across the brains of every single sentient creature in the area. Roll 8d6.
Oh my god.
36.
That's such a high roll.
36.
That's not
6
bad.
out of 48.
Sheesh.
Not bad.
That is not bad.
All right, well, let's roll an intelligence check for Swole Boy. You got an 8.
Oh, you are a dumb fuck. You are a dumb
Wait,
fuck.
did Lysha choose? Did Lysha choose a creature to be grappled by her force of nature?
Oh, she
thingy
did not.
She
at the
did
end of her
not.
Um,
Would you have picked the
what
Shadow
is
Elf?
this
'Cause he-
thing?
Which thing? There's a
This-
Yeth Hound, which is a evil fey dog that's just getting absolutely wrecked by the Wild Hunt. And there's the Headless Horseman of the Wild Hunt who is doing the wrecking.
Oh, I really don't want to say this because I really love what Alan's doing, but she probably would have picked the guy that she attacked. Well, no, he was prone, right? He was already on the ground.
He was prone.
So probably the Hound, I guess.
Okay.
Not wanting to necessarily anger the Wild Hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. If he was prone, probably the Hound.
It's a
So
pity you...
what attack did you use on the Swole Elf, Josh?
On this guy, I used Synaptic Static.
Oh,
It
that
just
one. Yeah.
blows up people's brains. It's my only
I don't-
damaging spell.
Are the hags still invisible near him?
What's the
I'll
area
be
of
right
effect
back.
on
I
that?
just got shit in my eye.
20 feet, I believe. Oh.
Go wash it up, babe.
And where did you target it?
I targeted it essentially on where the big old elf is. Because I think the enchantress is in the rough area, right? So
Mhm.
I don't know where the invisible people are. I'm not going to say that I targeted them in some kind of, crazy manner. I'm just
Okay. No,
that's
they
where I'm going.
they're just clear of it. Roots and vines, strength save. I didn't mean to read. Whatever. He failed. He's grappled. All right. He is grappled. And Galanta, the Shadow Fae Enchantress, is going to roll her. Yeah, she doesn't have any counter spells. So she's going to roll her int save, which she also failed. The 14 fails, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Your spell save
Let's see.
DC
How
is,
do
should be
you-
pretty high. Check on your spells page.
17.
Yeah, she-
what
yeah,
the
she
hell?
failed.
17?
And they each have a debuff now because of the synaptic static.
Yes, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. They roll a d6 and subtract that number from all attack rolls, ability checks, con saves.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
And Alika, who's been here the entire time and has been a very important participant the every step of the way,
We'd never forget Alika. Don't worry.
is going to shoot at Swole Dude. Take that! And she hits him. And she attacks twice.
Wow.
I'm participating! And she kills him after your synaptic static goes through.
the fuck? That's
I'm a
wild.
hero!
Okay, robbing me of the glory, but I get a sick sense of satisfaction from that.
All right. Do you want to use a bonus
Alika
action?
is cracked.
Do you want to use a bonus action to dispense a bardic inspiration to someone in the party?
No, there isn't anyone that deserves it at the moment.
Understandable.
I
Have a nice
think
day.
I might deserve it.
That's noted, but not taken into consideration.
At this point, with most of the immediate threats gone, the idea is to escape, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, if you're not raging, yeah.
Well, that's what that's the point I was about to make, was that I think lore-wise, Thoras would probably be inclined to join the hunt, and whatever that entails.
hmm
And we may
Better hunt
maybe
for a fucking way out of here.
that's what I mean. Well, maybe it fades away to you guys escaping and Thoras prancing into the background as he cleaves through different bits and pieces of Fae.
If Thoras
The
is
Wild
willing to
Hunt.
join the Wild Hunt, I accept this ending.
Yeah. I mean, Thoras would be willing in a rage state. He's not making clear decisions. He just wants to kill. He just he
But
would
are you
absolutely be joining the hunt. That's the only thing on his mind right now is killing
would-
more
would
things.
be
think
trying
that
to kill
is
the
what
Wild
you
Hunt,
think
though.
it is.
That sounds like a problem for another adventure.
Yeah, that's not Thoras' problem. I mean, that's literally listen.
Whoa! I stepped away for a half a second. What just happened?
Thoras is
going
gonna
to
join the
hunt,
wild
and that's how
hunt.
we're ending.
Bren proposes the following ending to this situation. Thoras joins the wild hunt, rides down a whole bunch of unseelie fae. The rest of the party flees and escapes, while Thoras just goes on a butchering spree, caught up in the hunt.
I dig it.
He's in a rage.
Does everybody accept this ending?
I'm okay with it.
I can tell you that my original idea was that I have a teleport sigil that goes out to Artelane's island.
Takes a
So
minute to
that's where I
cast.
Takes 10 minutes to cast, I believe. Oh, no, 1 minute. No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're completely right. So, yeah, I would be trying to get to a safe location and cast a teleport sigil, either to Lunasa or Artelane's island. But yeah, Artelane's island seems as good as anywhere.
I mean, you can still do that. All right.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing in order
How
for
heavy
us
is
to
this
escape.
harp? Can we grab the harp and go?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Are we
would
grabbing
fucking
the
be
harp?
grabbing the harp 100%, yes.
Okay. So as the horns of the hunt ring out, Thoras goes riding after them, just tearing through the unseelie woods in an odd, dark way, doing his Lady Neve's bidding. The rest of the party, once he's caught up with the wild hunt, you have three choices: join, flee, or die. They opt to flee, escaping with the third relic, all the contents of the bag of holding, and the celestial harp, the starglass harp. And which circle do you want to do? Artelane's Island or Lunasa?
Artelane's island, I think.
And so our adventure today ends right where it began, so long ago, on a mist-shrouded island in the heart of the Siolak. Three heroes stand together, united once again, and the fourth is gone, torn apart, cast away by unearthly powers, his mind perhaps not his own. Again, a familiar situation. Oh, this is a lot of fun, guys.
That's where we met you. That's where we originally ran into Thoras while he was scaling fucking random mountains and hunting gazelle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just insatiable.
Wow, he's back out to pastures.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what it entails when you join the Wild Hunt, but it
Yep.
would be within character. Of,
I
mean, at the
completely
moment,
agree. No, I completely agree. I think that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
what does happen? That's my question.
Well, that sounds like a story for another time.
Oh God!
So we let me,
Brad,
let me
time
get,
to go
let
do
me
some
get this
reading on the
straight.
Wild Hunt.
We squabbled over whether we would start a war. We started a war. We got involved. Hands a bit dirty. You fucking flew through the sky and got shish kebabbed immediately. Josh tried to peck you in the legs. Didn't work out. We got together, grabbed the fucking port key, and just got out of there. We grabbed the Tri-Wizard Cup and just ended up on the island. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
you're fucking and you're off with the
Back
Wild
where
Hunt
we
now.
started.
mhm.
Yep.
Hold my
really-
hand, Cedric. Wow. Well, we
Last
technically
time I was on this island, I had a
have
home.
we're technically we furthered our purposes by getting Josh back, but is it worth the price we paid losing our tank
Well,
warrior?
Josh, we'll end on
The
this.
items might be. I don't know about Josh.
We'll end on this note. Roll an Arcana check, Josh, because Lysha just absolutely beefed it.
18.
An 18 on the Arcana check. Okay, so if you join the Wild Hunt, you ride with them for the whole night, killing everything in your path, just cutting things down and killing them. Some are so well regarded in the hunt, or so lost in the hunt, that they don't return afterwards. They go with the hunt back to the Fae and slowly become Fae themselves, become Fae hunters. And they would return to the hunting lodges of Cloyan, the old skull of the moon, who lives on the moon.
So, both a member of the
Okay.
Seelie Court and the Wild Hunt going to the moon.
Yeah.
God.
So, I'm not going to have Thoras.
He just fucking Jeff Bezos out of this campaign. That's the
It depends.
I mean, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it depends on the wisdom saving throw, which we will make off screen for maximum drama.
I like it.
Well, GG team, everybody levels up. You hit level 11.
Oh,
Ooh,
Yeah.
a big power spike as well.
Big power spike. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
that's big.
But level 6 spells, level 7 spells.
Damn.
Yeah.
Huge.
How many people are leveling up right now, even though we're still on the show?
Right?
I don't know.
Maybe.
How many of you?
I do want to let. What do you get?
Relentless Rage. Starting at the 11th level, your rage can keep you fighting despite grievous wounds. If you drop to 0 hit points while you're raging, you don't die. You make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. If you succeed, you drop to 1 health instead. Each time you use the feature after the first, the DC increases by 5. When you finish a short or long rest, it resets to 10.
Wow,
The
he just won't
Immortal
stay
Barbarian.
dead.
Yeah.
Well, I get an extra attack, so I have 3 now per action.
Oh my God.
So 6 if you go ultra mode.
Yeah.
My power spike appears to happen at level 12.
Are you sure? Because I think you just unlocked a new spell level.
Oh, you're right. I might have a level 6 spell now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
That's
some-
pretty huge.
There's some good stuff on the level 6 spell list for bards and for druids as well.
Yeah, I'll peruse mine afterwards.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I want to let everybody go. We went 40 minutes over, which is not bad given our track record, but I want to let everybody go. It was awesome having you folks at my table again. Tons and tons of fun. I know we had a lot of recap, but other than that, you picked right back up on it.
Very fun. Yeah. I
Shout out
definitely
chat
miss
with-
playing D&D.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
This was great.
Chat came in with 121 subs, kind of,
Yes.
by the way. That's kind of insane.
Damn.
I'm not
Holy
even-
crap.
I'm not even surprised, but I do appreciate all of
Suggestion.
you.
God, I can create a cult. Mass suggestion. I could actually create a fucking cult of Allan O'Dale.
Where is the line between Josh and Alan?
It's a long no. There's a very big line between Josh and Alan. All right. If I could talk to my pets, I wouldn't ask them to kill each other for my own benefit.
Are you sure?
I can tell you that for a
I
fact.
believe him. Alan is just Josh's id,
Yeah. Oh my
I just
God.
love that once again, Eren sees Thoras in a fight and just forgets everything about his current objective and
Must
doesn't.
not get upshot. Must
I
not.
think the chat got it
Must not
right.
get
One has
upstaged.
Beth, the other doesn't.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. It's a great DMing, man. It's always a pleasure.
mhm.
Yeah.
GG,
very fun.
folks. We'll meet again
Playing
someday,
with you guys
somewhere.
again.
Yes, absolutely.
Hopefully at some point soon. Sooner than a year.
I'll hit you guys up. We all have busy lives,
We'll
but I'll
make
hit
it
you
work.
guys up to make it work.
Uh-huh.
All right. Good night, all.
Thanks,
Night.
chat.
Peace.
Good night.
Thanks, chat. Cheers.